Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, councillors, citizens, residents, visitors, and welcome back to the Krayven's Town streaming complex for the main show on this Sunday, let's check the date. I know what's going on. It's the 4th of April. It's the 4th of April. I just realised a new month started between this show and the previous show, and I need to get competitions back going. That'll be hopefully in the coming week, as well as update the headlines, which I meant to do today. Is dawning on me. I say dawning on me, I was aware, but the simple realities of not just being a dual wielder, aka also known as a streamer with a full-time job, rather than someone who just does this as their main thing during the day, leaves you with so little time to do the off-stream stream support stuff, which it really does, but especially if your job isn't with essentially a sort of typical 9 to 5. You start when you start and you finish when you finish, or is fairly typical. I have to admit my role is quite busy and quite intense, and there's a lot going on, and I have a very full, a rich life, one would say, outside of work. So apologies. And the weird thing is, I've had like a generally fairly productive week, which I'll talk a little bit in this preamble before we get started. So tonight's content continues with FTL. I am enjoying it tremendously. It's nice and straightforward and easygoing. I can play at my own pace, which means that I can sort of govern the show and the stuff that's coming in, whether things are busier, whether they're quieter, and sort of react to stuff. Even with combat, I can pause and stuff. And as I learn to weave the chat between what I'm doing, although I tend to find that works a little bit easier when you're doing real-time games where the muscle memory is pinned down. For example, Hollow Knight, once I knew the sequence for a boss fight, I could practically do it blind, especially the easier ones, whilst glancing and reading as I go, or running around an ESO, doing occasional just sort of dailies and bits and pieces where I can practically do it on autopilot. Was contemplating doing some ESO tonight actually, but I know it was a little bit hit and miss the one time I did it previously, so I thought for now we'll stick with it. We'll stick with what we know, stick with what I know, what I've been doing since I came back for the most part, which is FTL. It's just nice. FTL and chill on a Sunday night. Other updates, what else has been going on? I finally got another VOD published on the YouTube channel. Speaking of, where's it hidden? It's down there at the bottom of promo. So yes, I am woefully behind on this. I said so in the town square with today's just sort of update from myself of like what I've been doing, what's been going on. And yeah, again, this would normally be quicker, and if I was doing things to how I used to do it when I first started sort of archiving the VOD / having a YouTube presence, it would be done quicker. But I've now discovered the sort of chapter process, with a hat tip to George, G Chatranidze, aka George probably, from the community, for pointing out how to do that. That if in your description, if you have the timestamps first and a little description of what they are, the YouTube timeline bar, the video timeline bar, automatically interprets that as a chapter break. So that's why when you see those videos that have got like the tiny little gaps in them and then the name of each section, well, at least that's one way of how they do it. That's the only way I know how to do it. So that's how I go about doing it. And what that's encouraging me to do, or making me feel obliged to do at the very least, is go and... oh, come on, brain. go through the VODs much more thoroughly after the fact and sort of find highlights and bits and pieces, because it is essentially this show again. But if people want to find particular bits that they remember, or they're just discovering it through YouTube, then I want them to be able to sort of go to something that they might find interesting, especially if, for example, they're fans of FTL. It's like, oh, that bit, I know that kind of thing. I want to check that out, because I'm well aware that just VODs, archiving of VODs is certainly not the best way to grow and be discoverable on YouTube, but that's not their point. It's more to have a record of these shows and people catch them if people want to catch them after the fact, well after the Twitch, backlog, library, whatever you want to call it, has taken them away, because I think for affiliates they only last for 2 weeks, something like that. So yeah, anyway, I got that done. Unfortunately, I'm still like a week and a half behind. I'm not behind on uploads and details. I'm pretty good at downloading, and the bot just did a quick scheduled backup. It loves to do a scheduled backup roughly 5 minutes after I go live, or 15 minutes after I go live, no matter when I go live, which is incredibly irritating, but it's done its thing and it's reconnected again, so those things will work. Huzzah. Let's just pick a random one and just check that. Let's get some legits. Yeah. Although that throws off my analytics, because I've got these commands that have got the emotes in them. A new thing I've noticed now in the Twitch analytics, the streamer control panel, a thing that everyone has on their own Twitch account, you go into it and it tells you things like what was your most popular emote, but every time I trigger that command, it massively skews the results. So, but whatever, gonna have it in place. Yeah, so the last few days, this is why I have my diary. Oh, bright light, as the gremlin said. This is why I have my diary, because since Wednesday to now is quite a gap in things happening and going on. I'll tell you what, one wee thing hasn't actually gone off. That's frustrating. 2 seconds. I just got to okay, right. A command that's set up that isn't set up by me, but it's controlled by somebody else, didn't fire off this evening, so that's rather curious. Anyway, yes. What's been going on since Wednesday? So, well, work first and foremost. So the rest of the week was gone through. Haven't caught up on FPL. It's a big double game week. I mean, I'm not into football, so fresh up, I am not even slightly into football at all to sort of watch it just out of a hobby or an interest. Never have been. I'm not a big follower and watcher of sports on TV. But Fantasy Premier League, which is what FPL stands for, not to be confused with FTL, which is the content we're doing this evening. My friends, a lot of my local friends around here in this particular area where I live, are all big sort of football fanatics and sports fans and everything else. And they got me into it, and it's pretty doable to follow if you're into stats. Plus, if you decide to follow, like I did, one of the big FPL YouTube accounts, because they're quite entertaining actually, they're engaging. They give you the news and the insights of what's happening. So for people like me who don't watch the footy, like who's injured, what's coming up, what kind of plans might be in place. They can give you, they watch all the stuff so you don't have to really, or if you don't, they keep you informed, which keeps them on a level playing field in that regard. But they don't sort of tell you what to do this, do that, that's best. It's just like, oh, you might not know this, there was this press release, there was that thing going on, and then I choose to do my own thing. And the last 3 seasons, the first time I took part in it, I won, much to a few people's chagrin. Well, not really chagrin, it was all in good fun, but still, it was satisfying. Last year I came 3rd, although I was leading the pack for a long time. And this year, so far, I've stayed pretty much, I'm at the top again, and I stayed that way. Anyway, this weekend has been a big double game week, which means 2 games are being played within the Premier League week. And I'm hoping for a big haul, so there's that going on. But not too bad at the gym, actually. I've been going, managing every other day for the last 8 days. I also got my quarterly thing in, so I have an app on my phone. The JFit app is the one I use. That's very good at tracking, like, you know, what you succeeded in doing this week, what you succeeded in doing in the month, and most recently it gives you an update for the quarter, so the first 3 months. So Q1, if you follow business, is over. That's January, February, March. So I got a bunch of those came in at the end, sort of March 31st, and then beginning of April. And I must admit, I need to do better. From January 1st until now, I've averaged, because that's 13 weeks, not 12, but over that 13 weeks, I've managed 28 gym sessions, which is 2 a week plus a little bit of change. Now, to be fair, I was getting quite lackadaisical and slack with it until beginning of February, where between the end of October I finished a really sort of intense program, beginning of February where I tried to do some programs, but I lost my way a bit. I dropped down to averaging about 1.5 times a week. So I know in March and in February and March I've been managing to get there more frequently, but still not enough. I've been wanting to get there ideally about 4 times a week, and I think between those 2 months it's closer to 3. So I need to up my game again, because I'm bulking now and eating a calorie surplus, and if I don't go to the gym enough, that's going to result in just more fat gain rather than muscle gain, and I want the latter. But so far this week it's been pretty good. I've been trying to catch up on myself though. I mean, I did lose the better part of 1 week due to some food poisoning a little while ago, and that was not fun, because you don't get your calories in but you don't get your exercise in, you're feeling off. But yeah, I was feeling pretty good. Had a great Friday, I must admit. So Thursday was curious. Thursday was cool because I headed down to London as per usual. That's my office day, and we were not in our usual office in Elephant and Castle. We're actually in this very cool private club, a sort of tech hub professional space, but it's a private club with members fees and everything, and it's bang in the heart of Covent Garden. It's very posh. The co-owners, the co-founders of the company I work for, they're both have memberships there, and they can bring in guests, so that's great because I get all of the perks and none of the fees when we need to go there. But the reason being is that our little startup office space is actually is about a half or 1/3 of a studio space that belongs to one of our co-founders' wives. She's a sort of screen print artist of this amazing kind of, it's like photography, but it goes on very fine canvas, like 40 feet tall, and it's not actual screen printing, which is a different artistic technique. It does use like full-on photography techniques, but just not on paper or card or photo print paper. She explained it to me once, but the details escape me. Anyway, she has her sort of artistic space, and then we've got sort of 40% of the room, including the deep front door gate, with a whiteboard and tables and power sockets and heaters and all this kind of stuff set up. It's very, very cool. It's in this sort of location as startups go. It's this very old cobbled cobbled street in Elephant and Castle that's actually Victorian warehouses. They used to be Victorian warehouses, I should say. Now, of course, because of this, they are listed up the wazoo. You cannot change the outside of them. So they still even have these huge, heavy, rolling Victorian doors with the things, the bolt, the padlocks on them, and so on. But nowadays, they are almost exclusively populated by craftspeople that do bespoke craft work. So, for context of what that is basically people who want to have a really unique carving or ornament or piece of jewelry or whatever it is, or painting. You know, they cost like 20, 30, 40,000 pounds. So I dropped a little message and stuff's coming in. That's what that beeping is. That all has to be made somewhere, and these artists like get these commissions and they work on them for a long time, and they get made in these little places. So rather than it being something that's all taken over by tech bros, we're actually the only tech company in there. Anyway, but we weren't in there Thursday, because the co-founder's wife. She had a visiting delegation. She's a mysterious artist. She exhibits all over the place, and some delegates. I don't know the details of it yet, but some delegates came by. They wanted to see the studio where some of this stuff happens. So it's like, hey, you guys need to go and work somewhere else because they're going to come and visit on Thursday. So we were in this really cool office hub space for a day that does great coffee, and in the heart of Covent Gardens, there's all kinds of amazing places to eat around it. So that was good. It was a good productive day. I actually got back relatively on time by my standards on Thursday, considering I have to go from Oxford to London and back, which is a hell of a commute. So I'm glad I only have to do it one day a week until I move back to London. And then Friday was a really good day. Sometimes you have those great days. Just like things go well. So in a nutshell, work went well. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked. It wasn't as productive as I expected, but a bunch of really nice, small tasks. Actually, I can put this. I've just been holding it about below the camera the entire time. A bunch of nice, small, straightforward tasks. Or small, niggling, annoying tasks, rather. Some stuff that I had to chase up and follow up and get done. All got taken care of. I managed to just knock that one out. Okay, good. Let's knock that one out. Let's take care of that one. Let's take care of that one. Let's take care of that one. And I did it. And obviously that's always nice on a Friday when it's like, right, that's your problem now. That's your problem now. Okay, that's not a problem anymore. That's taken care of. That's the. So I got a few of those sorted, which gives me aside from some follow-ups that are going to come up in the coming week. It's nice going into a new week without that stuff, and I can focus on some bigger, more important things. It was the end of the month, so I got paid. Yay! Ching ching! Happy days. I still haven't practiced the soundboard for this one. I don't think I have a cool one for money, cash money or something. Anyway, never mind. So that was good. I had a really good gym session. So at the moment, I'm along with the bulk. I go through phases of hypertrophy, which is low weight, high repetition, like 4 sets of 10, that kind of thing. And then I do that for 2 weeks. Then I go 2 weeks of a strength phase, which is the opposite. It's low rep, high weight, sort of 3 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 5, or pyramiding 5, 3, 1. So at the moment, I'm in a strength phase of 3 sets of 3, which firstly is nice because you can just go real heavy, and doing 3 reps is not enough to start really knackering you out. But it's still hard because you're going like 90% of your 1 rep max. But I was feeling strong, I was feeling good. I'd had a good day, so I think I went in with a good mindset. Plus, I'd had some time to recover and been eating relatively well, like doing my gym diet pretty good. So I went in and I started off okay. And the exercises that were set up for the plan that day were quite complimentary. There wasn't a lot of setup and set downs, putting all the plates on the bars and everything. There wasn't a lot of changing things around, so I could move a bit quicker and I could get through my rest times quicker. Anyway, I was, did a set, I was like, I can go heavier. Did another set, it's like, I can still go heavier. Okay, next exercise comes along. No, I'm not knackered for this. And that kept happening. I kept hitting some big numbers all the way through, so that felt really good. Got back in time for Friday nights. I do ESOs. That's the Elder Scrolls Online. I've got an ESO guild, really great bunch of folks. The Bodgers, Bodge and Leggett is our guild name. And we were doing a trial. So those, like, if you played World of Warcraft or any kind of other MMO. Things are going pingly dingly. More pingly dingly. Sorry. 2 seconds. I've just got to reply on something else. Okay. Anywho, right. That's where that was. What was I saying? Prattling away. Yeah, so we're doing trials. So these are the equivalent of raids if you play World of Warcraft or whatever they're called in Final Fantasy 14 or other big MMOs. But in Elder Scrolls Online ESO, they are called trials, and they're 12 people. We're in the DLC trials. The base game ones are long gone, and they're so easy now. And we're doing them on veteran mode, so like it's quite standard across a lot of MMOs now. You have your regular trial, you have your veteran, which double much harder, and then you've got hard modes, which are harder still, and those range. Like some of the hard modes are straightforward in the early ones, and they get more complicated and have different kinds of variations in later DLCs as power creep inevitably comes in. Anywho, we're what DLC? Veteran Halls of Fabrication. Good evening, citizens. See you dying. First in the chat. Welcome. It's been a quieter start than usual, well, barring any lovely lurkers, and pleasure to have you here, of course, if you are lurking. I'm saying good evening and squirreled. Great reference from the movie Up, one of the finest of Pixar's incredibly fine pedigree. They've got very few bum notes. In fact, I don't think they've got any directly bum notes. They've got some average films, but the vast majority, especially their primary titles, are just amazing. And Up is like top tip. There's a podium of Pixar movies. WALL-E, Up, and I must admit I would be hard to decide. Ratatouille I want to have a place, but there's a recent one, there's a more recent one. There's one I haven't seen, which is like a soul one. It's the first time it's been primarily black cast, specifically African American, because it's based in America. But there's I've forgotten the name. It's a Mexican one. It's all about the Day of the Dead, and that one's stunning. I just wish I could recall it, but that one's great as well. Anyway, yeah, nice squirrel. How you doing, mate? I do hope you've had a decent weekend, a decent Sunday. If you want to catch up on all my news, well, it'll be in the VOD, and it will be on the YouTube VOD when I put it up later on, because I've been chatting away for doing the usual show, regardless of who's around. As we've gotten underway. So what was I doing? Yes, we were doing Friday night Veteran Halls of Fabrication, which is part of the Morrowind DLC. So it's still going back a while, but it's definitely getting a little bit tougher. Grasshopper! Coco. Yes, Coco was the Pixar movie indeed, and good evening to you, resident Grasshopper. Good to have you. Yeah, mate, absolutely. I'll join in a hunt. I will join in a hunt. Let's get a little sound effect to let people know it's about. And because I just any excuse to trigger something from Mad Max Fury Road, which is one of my absolute favourite movies. And likewise, I do hope you've had a decent weekend and a decent rest of your week, because the last time, of course, I was live was Wednesday. So it's been Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so on and so forth. Lord Darkens, everyone's popping up now. Good to see you, folks. Good to see you. Just been here, sort of giving my intro and news of what's going on. But maybe I should take that as a hint. Maybe it's like do the intro music, go high, and get to the gameplay. We're here for FTL, not to hear your prattle, Krayven. Well, fine. I can take a hint. I'm nearly done. Of course, Darkins, you'll be I'm about to say on your lunch break, but of course it's not. It's the weekend, so it'll be either 2:23 in the afternoon. Well, it'll be between 3:23 and 12:23, because I can never quite remember when you're on. Derp Dom, hello, hi there, welcome, and your username is amazing. I love it. It easily rolls off the tongue. I love a good alliteration. DD, double D's, and any good use of derp. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you. Crowd, get on with it. Get on with it. Well, all right. Don't start chucking rotten tomatoes. I'm just about there. But to cap off an excellent Friday, Veteran Halls of Fabrication went down. The hardest boss, which is the assembly regrouping before the Plate of Dust Viper will go down before the arguably my favourite boss in the whole game. and despite some difficulties and hardships, it was a long run for us. We did it, so that capped off a great Friday. And this weekend, mainly Saturday, main thing was popping up to London for some socialising. Wasn't too late though. I just did some bits and pieces in the morning round here, took care of. Wanted to hit the gym, didn't, which is a bit frustrating. Got up too late to do that, and I got back a bit too late in the evening to have it in me to sort of go, even though it's got a 24-hour gym. But I had a very nice get together in Soho for some drinks, and then came back in reasonable time. And today's been good actually. It's been the end of the quarter, as I touched on earlier. So for myself, because I run my own business on the side, because apparently I hate sleep, along with the full-time work, Q1 is over. So I've been having to take care of all my accountancy expenses for work and my own expenses and that stuff. But made a good stab at that today. And what else? Again, in yon, if I didn't have this, I'd never handwrite anything. Had a nice gym session this afternoon. Actually, it was upper body pull, so I've been doing some bent over rows and was it push, overhead press, incline press. So it's been a decent one, and of course plenty of catching up with Lady Cray, the other half, as we look forward to being able to get together, because she's over in Italy. She got the first of her birthday presents, in fact, because her birthday's this week, and they went down very well. So brownie points for yours truly. Yay. And Dutch says, you know what, I'll just refer to you as Dom rather than Derp, because I think that's slightly better. So I'll try and find some playing FTL, because I'm trying to get better at it, but just been hanging out for a little while. I very much appreciate hanging out. The phrase I use is lurkers are the mortar between the bricks. They're not as easily distinguishable as the individual bricks, but they hold the whole thing together when it comes to shows. So there you go. Dom is fine. I thought it might be fantastic. Well, good timing. So just to, I'll bring up the gameplay and I'll explain this as I sort of go through as my usual, including the warm-up music, the opening music and the stuff is my usual 30 minute preamble, and then we get underway, because it's community first and then the stream. Right, I can pause this, move OBS over to monitor number 2, and then he says, with hope and trepidation, let's get the music volume up and then switch scenes. There it is. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. FTL is fun. There we are. So we will continue. So yes, for some context, and this is still a kind of, when I say first playthrough, it is really, because yet to beat the first boss. So the boss of the game. So in some ways it's largely blind. It's not so blind up until the final sector. We reached the final sector and the final boss for the first time ever, I want to say last stream, and got pretty close. And also, if you're still learning the game, I won't give away too much about that, just likewise out of mutual respect. So with the usual sort of stream, it's a first playthrough, blind playthrough, so the usual no spoilers, no backseating, but I'm figuring things out, which is of tremendous entertainment to my usual audience for this, because every time I fuck something up or screw up, there's the reactions, which brings them endless joy. But yeah, as I'm going through, if you're learning alongside, then fantastic. We are two game peas in a pod. We've been playing this on and off for years, also never beaten the final boss. It's, well, I don't know how many phases there are, so mum's the word on that one, but I learned that there's more than one. I also got unlucky with the apparent RNG of repair stations, which only exist in the final sector. They got invaded before I could go to a second one, so I had to take on the second phase with my hull already pretty kicked in. And let's just say I got drone assaulted. And it was rather heartbreaking, because we had a great setup, RNG had worked, and I thought we'd won, I thought we'd beat the game, and then it's like, haha, oh no you haven't. And that was very saddening. And that was with, what did we do that with? I think it was with the Engi layout A. So this reddish kind of thing is actually Engi Layout B, which was unlocked on the last show as well. It's the first time I've had an alternative ship layout, so I thought I'll give things a spin with that. We start with one crew on this one, and the other two we've recruited in the previous show. Comes with a lot of drones and some slightly better guns. So RNG's been mixed. The run involving this one has been so-so. Some of it's been quite nice, some of it's been a bit troublesome, but we're managing so far. Darkens, you recently started playing Have a Nice Death. Now, I've heard of that. Feel free to remind me, it's an indie game. I'm sure of it, but what's the general premise, genre, and so on? And of course, we are in normal mode, we're not doing advanced. I tried advanced once to see what it was like. I got as far as Sector 4, introduced a lot of additional things. I thought, let's just beat the game on normal difficulty without the advanced stuff before starting to add additional bells and whistles. Still learning for me. For me, it's one of those games that definitely feels skill-based, even there's so much RNG. And that is, you're very right. Dom, you are 100% correct. Hang on, not only are you regularly correct, you are... Oh God, I'm so bad at this with the... Where is it in a TV one? I always look in the wrong fucking place. Nope. There it is.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Got there after 4, looking in the wrong place. I still haven't found time to memorize that. But yes, you are genuinely correct. But RNG that works like that is a sign of RNG as a core mechanic of a game, and things are balanced around it well. Darkest Dungeon, which is something I played loads pre-hiatus. For context, I streamed for about 2 years, 4 months. Took 2.5 years and a bit off, and I came back about 3 weeks ago. But prior to that, Darkest Dungeon got a lot of love on this channel. When Darkest Dungeon 2 is about to get its Steam release, that will be getting a tremendous amount of love as well. And RNG is done right in that, because yeah, as you figure things out and do things in time-wise, it is about skill, it is real time, it is working stuff out, but the roguelike bits is where the RNG comes in. So the RNG comes in the right places, and your skill and understanding of systems is how you adapt and accommodate these curveballs, which is just great fun. I've been close to beating it the past year, but we'll get there, Nick. We'll get there. We'll absolutely get there. You only beat it a week ago, Grasshopper, playing on and off in the background for years. It's great. It's one of those games you can just get in and out of. While I'm talking, yes, we arrived at Sector 2 at the end of last show, so let's see what kind of route we can take here. We can head north for the wall, round the top. Ooh, you know what? I normally avoid a nebula, but it's a tiny little patch of nebula, so let's throw it in for shiggles. Definitely right. Good strategy insulates from bad RNG. So it's mostly the player's fault when good things that. Or good RNG is something that partners well with strategy, where the player's skill can overcome it. Or unless you mean bad in terms of harsh or unlucky. Dark says about Have a Nice Death is a roguelike game. The only thing I'll say for the plot is Death is having a burnout. Oh, well, Death the character. Oh, that's very cool. That's fun. Welcome back to Twitch. Oh, thank you so much. Always nice to come back after a break. Yes, I got all my IRL ducks in a row, so to speak. And that's very nice of you to say so. Thank you. Closest thing I can point to gameplay is Dead Cell. That's still on my wish list. You jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Unfortunately, it's Engi escort. It takes you for the attack and retaliates. They refuse all hails. That's frustrating because we literally have 2 Engi crew on board. All right, we'll pause that one out. For me, and it's the ion guns. This is why I like the Engi so much. The general consensus among the community, at least what I've learned, is that the Engi are actually one of the harder things to play, but ion guns are just awesome. Right, that's a level 1 defense drone, so it can shoot down missiles, but it can't shoot down energy projectiles or big energy projectiles, i.e. ion things and heavy lasers, so it won't stop us there. In fact, it won't be a problem at all, so we can disregard the drone thing. So we'll aim for the shields with everything we've got. They've got a heavy laser and what looks like a multi-laser. We've only got the one shield ourselves, so if we just take out their shield and maybe use the heavy laser to aim for their weapons to try and stop some of the incoming damage. We're going to be a bit lazy and just auto fire it for the time being. Right, that'll There goes ours and ouchies. Time. This is a thing that I've got to get used to and better at doing, which is not rely on the auto fire, syncing up the firing. My last round I had an RPG. It was a blast. What, in Dead Cells? Oh, nice. I kept aiming for the same thing. I did the best with. Then I said yeah and did a weird mix and yay. Oh, nice. Oh, so it's the grasshopper. By trying an unorthodox approach, you eventually succeed. That RPG was OP as hell. Yeah, harsh RNG is better than a bad RNG. Oh, okay, gotcha. Especially early game, there's only one shield. You just eye on it and blast away. Absolutely. Although that damn drone, that's one interesting thing, is that when you shoot, it takes real shots. So if your drones are in front of their guns and they fire, they get destroyed. If your missile comes across like this and their drone is in the way, if they don't manage to shoot something down, it's a way to take them out and have to recover. That's quite a nice way in which the their drone exploded. Thankfully, we've got our auto repair. Oh, that shield came back online just in time. Thank goodness we've got our Rockman in there. Okay. Now, the cool thing about a heavy ion, it takes a lot longer to load up, unlike the ion blaster on the standard Engi ship, but it hits for 2. It hits for 2 ion damage, so it's a lot more... it takes the shields out once it hits for a lot longer, right? So that'll disable the shields for a while. So let's, heavy laser and hope we hit this time. Right, so that's actually gone and wrecked their guns fully. So one shot, and now their guns are out of commission. So we'll aim back at because the defense thing's doing nothing. We'll aim back at the shields to just keep them offline as best we can. If it looks like it's going to power up, we'll either aim for the engines or the... Beautiful. Heavy laser will keep the ions focused on the shields, but heavy lasers back on the guns because they're bound to be trying to repair those. The RPG... I was in Have a Nice Death. Oh, okay. Oh, so it is quite sort of like combat based. I'll have to look it up. Or feel free to link it in the in the market or suggestion forum for in the Discord. Speaking of, we have a delightful Discord. It is a full sci-fi based town. So if you hear me referring to residents, those are our followers. Citizens are our subscribers. Councillors are our moderators, and I am the mayor. But every Discord's got their little thing, their little flavour. We take it to the nth degree. It's not a full roleplay thing, but it really runs like a town. As I always say, this isn't a stream with a community attached to it. It's a community with a stream attached to it. And it's, if you want to perceive Krayven's town as a sort of post-apocalyptic Fallout style thing, or a Cloud City style thing, or anything in between, it's there to be done. But there's definitely a lot of fluff and flavour and lore to the channel, and hence why all this malarkey round here isn't just for show. This is literally, the show is being broadcast from the content multiplex, because I'm really, really cool like that. Anyway, but yes, quite a nice, easygoing, chill place that focuses on, just like in a real life town, people with all different backgrounds and opinions and feelings rubbed together. But what I'm always so proud of is that we have a real good balance of people who have real life and their online thing. So we skew a bit older than maybe the average internet and Twitch community. Lots of people just with their full-time jobs, with their families, with their work, and plenty of people with a dark sense of humour enjoy a good joke, but are still just fundamentally decent. The ship explodes. A substantial collection, use of scrap material. Happy days. 42. The ultimate answer in scrap. I don't know how to link a Steam page. As what Grasshopper says, yes, the if you do Steam in the web browser, you can copy paste that link. Absolutely. Okay, well, that went pretty straightforwardly. Oh, a store. Well, that's always good. 42 isn't that much. We won't be able to, unless we choose to sell something, but I don't think we've got much to sell. A human hails, my friends, please, there's nothing I don't have, and there is nothing worth wanting that I can't get. Why not take a look around my shop? Well, all right. One of these attempts, I'll actually save up my money enough to get, if not a teleporter, because I'm never that asked about sending crew over, but it's the only way to kind of take out the crew without destroying the ship, unless you get an anti-bio beam. But I'll save up enough to get cloaking And diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. Oh, bless it. Drone. Considering we're Engi, that would be very welcome. Very welcome. Because then you'd have to worry about drone parts. We're running a bit low. Is there anything I can sell? I already sold one of our drone reactor booster. Your shipboard drones have their move. I don't care about that. Your shipboard drones have their movement speed increased by 25%. That's the starting augmentation. That's like for anti-personnel and system repair. And it's worth 25. Meh. I think that is thoroughly meh because I want that. Yeah. Because now, every time we fire off one of our little beam drones or something else comes in, we'll get the parts back, which is so worth it. We're great on fuel for the time being, and missiles will build up because we don't have any missile weapons currently. Long-range scanners actually would have been kind of nice, but let's be smart. Let's be smart and fix our remaining hull. And to be honest, with exactly 3 scrap left, an extra fuel, I have ended up a particular creek without a particular paddle on more than one occasion, or certainly one major occasion whilst live, with a fueled situation. So let's avoid that for the future. Also got to remember we do have a beam drone. Didn't even deploy it last time. I rarely visit on web. Yes, same Darkens. Which spot? Whatever you like. If it's something you think I should play, or you just want to put it forward, suggestion forum. If it's a regular link, you can go in a town square, or in the marketplace. Yeah, I appreciate, because although all the descriptions are in of the various parts of town, and yes, I don't refer to channels in our Discord. I refer to parts of town. For those of you who knew, are there. It's because we've been on sort of standby mode or a lot quieter whilst I've been on hiatus. I'm aware that things aren't as fluent as they used to be. So any of those 3 are grand, and thanks for taking the time, my dude. I've got a love-hate relationship, Dom says, with the crew teleporter. Either goes really well or really badly for me. Fair play to you, stockpiling the amount of scrap to get one. I've never used it because I get scrap eyes, whatever you want to call it. I get sort of scrap hungry, and I'm always looking to like kind of, all right, let's get a bit more reactor power, let's get another shield, let's upgrade the subsystems or the whatever we need. So it's only by the time you get into the very late sectors, when you're starting to get good scrap reward, like big scrap rewards, by then it's kind of a bit redundant. But I would love to save up for cloaking, because if you can combine cloaking with stealth weapons, oh, the dick insider, the video. See, I didn't know it was a video. It was a name suggestion from the community when we were like, they gave me a list, so I wrote them all down in Notepad. I should jump to it as well, shouldn't I? Ooh. The fleet's starting to encroach. I wrote them all down in Notepad, and then this was the next one I decided. So it's just like, that's brilliant, and you can fob it off like, what? It's just a delicious, crispy, fermented apple drink. It's cider by Dickin. So I need to actually watch the video or find a video. So thank you for letting me know one exists. Your ship is hailed. This is an automated message. Resisting our takeover is pointless. Prepare to die. We are definitely not Borg. Resistance is totes, not futile. It appears this rebel ship is run by ChatGPT. Okay. Oh, they have a proper combat drone. One that shoots the things with only one shield. That's actually quite nasty, because that beam weapon that they've got there, that hits us while our shield is down. It stings like buggery. So heavy ion on the shield, a heavy laser towards the drone, and now we've got our drone recovery arm. Let's drop our own little beamy boy, because he can be shooting randomly. So as soon as the shield goes down, which will probably be for the heavy laser first, and pop. Will he get one in before the thing recovers? Yeah, that hurts. And of course, it knocked 2 systems to red right away, which take off 2 of our health points whenever a system gets fully damaged. Oh, fantastic. The heavy ion missed. That's better. Okay. Well, we took out their guns. That's good. Our shield will constantly recover before the drone can go. Right. Okay. They are now thoroughly disarmed. And the shields are down for longer, so I wouldn't mind doing that flawless. Could have gone for a flawless victory, but we'll make short work of them at this point. Nothing like waking up to a dick insider, absolutely, but you might have a drinking problem if you're having one first thing in the morning. It depends when you wake up. I checked it on my computer in the Steam app, scroll down, and then the last sidebar at the bottom there's a share button. I'll give you the it will give you the URL and copy paste in my browser. Grasshopper, thank you so much. I'm learning from you as well, and I appreciate you taking the time to put that in the chat. Useful collection of scrappage. Power bars and bits and pieces. I tend to neglect the subsystems, and because this particular Engi layout started with so few crew, it's going to be harder for us to power them because we've only just gotten to the number that any other ship would normally start with. So we'd want to have someone on the shields as well next. So sensors. I'm never too bothered with the autopilot because we've usually got a pilot in place. Sensors, because these don't require reactor power. Primary systems do, but subsystems don't. We're getting to the point we might start getting boarders and invaders soon. Oh, we don't have enough for the door system. While we got it and things are in good shape, let's upgrade the sensors so we can see inside the full details of enemy ships. Oh, things are getting a mite close. Okay, well, I might change things around. We can go down the middle with the original plan, but if we get some good amount of scrap here, we can nip to the store, go around the top and go through this part of the nebula instead for the exit. So let's see how this particular beacon treats us. The Zoltan shipyard is stationed at this beacon. You admire the display of hundreds of glowing Zoltan performing delicate exterior work on a massive transport ship. Oh, that's a pity. That's a pity. It was an empty sector or just a fluff piece. Well, with 2 scrap, we can do somewhere between sod and all. Is that connected to anything else? It is. Okay. So I was thinking just spend that 2 on one extra hull point, because in Sector 2 they only cost 2 scrap per hull repair. But if we can loop back on ourselves and jump down here, then maybe we can bounce up and down a bit like a cardiac arrest. And then go that way. Yeah, okay, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Never saw that button before, then again I was never looking for it. Oh! This is the most blessed of RNG. This is when the RNG is extremely, extremely lovely. Huh.
You can't touch this.
A Zoltan Academy sits docked just outside the beacon perimeter. They're happy to show you the fruits of their labour and offer something to take home with us. Long-range scanners for free. Thanks, Zoltan. Hell yeah. All right. Fuck the shop. Well, I might go back. We've got 16 scrap now, so we can top up on a few bits. I want to read that again, actually, because I might not have known about it either, Darkins. In the Steam app. Alright, so this is on the phone rather than on the desktop. Scroll down. Then the last sidebar at the bottom, there's a share button for a URL. So this is Grasshopper. I assume this is if you're on a store page, like, you know, just a particular game store page. That's oh, okay, that's fine. Let's change the name of the stag do group. Risky. But now we've got long-range scanners. We've got an idea of some bits that are going on for possible ship detected. Now I have no idea if the game counts if the line is touching as we're inside the thing or not, because if we jump here, the next place the fleet's going to catch up to. Let's find out. Let's find out. The more you know. Learning. The Zoltan are fascinated by other species and have set up something of an alien knick-knack shop here. Knick-knackatory. Why not take a look? Okay. Well, we can top up our hull. And a proper combat drone would have been a nice replacement for the beam drone, I must admit. What have they got rocking here? Now, an FTL jammer. Scramble enemy ships, FTL computers, doubling the time it takes them to jump. Nice if you can get it. Advanced FTL navigation. Oh, that's a really nice one. Allows the ship to jump to any previously visited beacon. Heavy laser 2. Oh, now 65. Problem is, our heavy laser 1 will sell for only half of its true value, which is a pity. Long range scanners. As additional info, I mean, we got it for free. And heavy laser 1. So 25, 15 gives us 40, gives us 52. It's not enough. Hull Smasher Laser. A powerful laser designed to maximize hull damage. Ooh. Charge time 14 seconds, shots per charge 2, normal damage 1, breach chance low, double damage on systemless rooms. Nice, but it means that we can't use it to focus on taking out, you know, systems. I mean, they call it a hull smasher laser, but if we get 2 shots, that's like 4 hull damage per pop. Fires 2 shots in quick succession, each dealing 2 damage. So that's as powerful as this, with a faster charge time. It requires more power though. Each laser shot will be blocked by a single shield bubble, regardless of the laser's damage. Yeah, well, okay. 65. I don't see any way that we can get enough to do that, even if we get rid of system repairs, more valuable anti-personnel. Long range scanners, I don't mind whether we have this or not. 15, 17. I have to admit, that's quite handy for fighting once we start getting borders. I think we're just going to have to be a bit. There'll be other opportunities. There'll be other delicious, tasty guns that I'd love to get my greedy little paws on. But for now, we'll just have to make do. But we will. Don't need missiles. Drone parts are always so expensive from the store. I always think they're quite overpriced for what they are. We've got our drone recovery arm, but whilst fuel is cheap, we'll keep ourselves healthy there. Have a Nice Death is addicted to me. You lost 8 hours fast. Oh, okay. So we know that if the fleet's border is touching but isn't fully overlapped a point, it doesn't count as having reached it. So that's worth knowing. An unvisited location. Let's get some ground between us and guaranteed death. Intruders on board now. I am very, very grateful to myself that I did not sell that anti-personnel drone. You catch a glimpse of a strange signal coming from a space station before your sensors shut off unexpectedly. As you discover that your sensors are being jammed, you hear hostiles beam onto your ship. Until you are able to jump away from the hostile space station, your sensors will be disabled. You should deal with these borders first, though. Well, yeah, doy. Here they are. Right. Anti-personnel drone. Also, Source Boss, our Rockman, will go and cause some trouble. Oh, better yet, fight in the hospital. Teepers! Stand firing on us!
Teepers After Dark, for 6 months. Here, have a prime sub, you lanky tea imbiber.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Although that was the bloody problem with the Prime one is it only shows the Prime version the first time someone uses a Prime. After that, it shows recurring, like the loyalty versions, even if it was done with a Prime. Well, thank you so much. Not only was the word disabled an IT crowd reference. Oh, 10 points to Ravenclaw, Dom. You got it. We like you. You'll definitely fit in here. And Teepers, thank you so so much. Enjoy your all new town flag, ranking up to silver. Yes, as you can see, folks, those of you who are newer, we really did run with the town theme. And yes, I made all those 3D animations myself. I know. Teepers is very, very, very much appreciated. You could have put your prime. You're not only a citizen, you are a prime citizen. You could have put that anywhere, and for some insane reason, you chose this lanky tea imbiber, as you so eloquently put it, to be the grateful and willing recipient of said primage. Enjoy the returning use of your emotes. Competition entering, good timing, because I will be getting the competitions to win free shit fired back up very, very, very shortly, because it's the beginning of a new month. Enjoy your upgraded lodgings in Krayven's town itself, and of course my undying appreciation and thanks. What I also will do, what I actually will do as well, if I can find it just very quickly, because it's so rare to be able to fire it off. Because now I realise the prime thing only actually goes off on a first time prime, which is irritating. I'd like it to fire off every time a prime goes off, but Streamlabs isn't intelligent enough for that, apparently. So the one that I was expecting you to have, I will bring it up now. It'll be a test. But it's like, because it covers like every version of the flag in one thing, and it's got a unique Flash Gordon equivalent. So here we are, Teepers. Here is your prime one, also fully 3D modelled and animated by yours truly. And yes, that is the...
just resubbed for
No, I
1
didn't.
month.
Shut up. It was Teepers.
This is a test.
Yeah, I know it's a test, you upper middle class bitch. Anyway, that prime, yes, indeed, does come from the first Transformers movie when Optimus Prime was actually still legit hard. And yeah, and I found not one but 2 metal versions of Flash Gordon that don't get me in quite so much DMCA trouble. So there we are. And yes, that is the only 3D version you will see of the Twitch Prime crown anywhere on this entire platform. You lucky, lucky people. Right then, we were being invaded by boring and uninteresting humans. Krayven is now a citizen of Krayven's town. Oh, fuck, it's about time. And good evening and happy Sunday, by the way, Teepers. Pleasure to see you here again, mate. I hope things are going well. Right, our poor Fortifier pilot is getting beaten up by these 2 jackasses. So I think we'll send Waymon Wolf back into the Mother Hubbard. I knew that was you.
Just making sure your heart is working well.
It was until he did that. Fuck. Also, thank you for the 75 biddies. God damn. Oh, it is working now. Right, I will carefully slosh this, because if I shake it too hard, the little stirrer thing sounds like a machine gun going down the microphone, because I need to hydrate. Thank you kindly for the 75 biddies, Lord Darkens. Very, very much appreciated. We'll send an Engi and another Engi to fight 2 humans where they will die violently, whereas a Rockman and an anti-personnel droid will tear these ones to shreds. I'm going to have to time this carefully, because if they're in the hospital, these ones won't be able to go in, which will be a bit of a faff. Oh, no. Oh, whoa, there's more. Okay. Right, with so few crew, we really don't want to lose them. Send you to there. You go fight in the hospital. You go help in here, so that the drone doesn't get so badly beaten up. And what the motherfuckers? They actually took our system out. Oh, well, of course they did. We left them alone. Right, I'm trying to figure out where they're going. Go continue to help. Our little repair thingy's gone in there. All right, they're going to do more hull damage because they're going to take out the system thing. Right, you 2 go into here. And which one are you? Yeah, you go into the hospital. No, you. Oh, for heaven's sake. Right, now you into there as we constantly heal. Unfortunately, I've got to be careful. I don't want to lose our robot who doesn't shit. Well, not only does he not shit, fucking move. Oh, can you not get past? Ah, crud. They are literally trapped. Oh. Okay, there goes. Okay, go heal up, and you go help in here. That means go. What the hell? No, robots, bad robots. Right, just get out. Right. Okay, there goes. Ah, shit. Right. Well, our anti-personnel thing will repair, but that cost us a drone part, which I really didn't want to happen. All right, our Engi will continue to be alive and be helpful against this. I think we're just about done, but I was really hoping to do that flawlessly. Really hoping to do that without losing parts, but there we are. It could have been a lot better. I only lost 1 hull point from system damage, so that's good. It went for the non-shitting model. Indeed. Sorry for the late response. I'll do pretty good. Hey, no worries, man. Take your time. Just got back from a Costco run. Excellent. Upgraded my computer this weekend. Anniversary's coming up next week. Oh, it's all coming up Millhouse. Excellent, mate. That sounds excellent. That all sounds very good. Fortifier back on the controls. That's a lot of things to say. Well, Costco run, nice. There's a simple little coffee is love, coffee is life. Upgraded the computer this weekend. That's a bigger deal. You know, that's some nice permanent perks. What upgrades did you get? Little boost to the RAM and hard drive, or something a bit more substantial like a graphics card, or a CPU, or a PSU, or a combination of the above. And even better, anniversary is coming up next week. That's the big one. That is excellent. I hope Mrs. Teepers, you've got some nice things planned together. I'm sure you do. Whether it's low key or big and grand. Is it? Are you celebrating a particularly big number, a special number, or is it a regular anniversary, so to speak? Okay, where did Source Boss normally go? Ah, yes, he was our shield man, our rock shields, or some other clever phrase that I can't think of right now. Okay, well that was a particularly curious encounter. Asteroid field located in this direction with 1 shield. No, so much no.
How about no?
So I could be perhaps a bit less of a pussy, because if they've only got the 1 shield, we can wreck shit as well. We can jump to here. You know what? I'll bypass the asteroid field. They're a pain in the hole. We'll just go to here instead, and then because we've got to fumble our way through the nebula in a bit. You pick up the last broadcast from a rupturing Zoltan freighter. The Mantis, they're here, please. We're going to die. You're interrupted by a fire off the port bow. Oh, speaking of, as Dom picked up on, my IT crowd reference. Where's it gone?
I came here to drink milk and kick ass. And I've just finished my milk.
That's exactly what we're going to do to these Mantis bastards, bullying the poor Zoltan. That won't do. It's sublime series. Three seasons, British length seasons of solid comedy gold, and I'm so glad they did that final episode, the sort of kind of quasi feature length one, which wrapped up everything great. I can watch that show again and again and again. It's just sublime. You're interrupted by fire off the port bow. Not fire. It's my least favourite element. Okay. Well, beam weapon, heavy laser, on guns because they've got nothing else going on. No teleporters, no drones, heavy ions. We'll make short work of these Muppets. Oh, I should get that on the soundboard. It's probably the single most famous one, even more than I'm disabled. A fire at a sea parks. Is that not a little strange? It's very strange. I'm pretty sure that, you know, a sea parks would contain quite a massive quantity of water. Oh God. Oh fuck. I need to remember that. I need to remember it. If a kind town person who's in the Krayven Town Discord could just write in the suggestion forum, fire at a sea parks for the soundboard, I will add it. I'll take some time during one of my breaks or lunch break, ASAP, to get. That's got to be on there because it doesn't need any kind of trigger. You can just say it whenever because it's fucking hilarious. The ship explodes in the usual blurb. Okay, nice. The nebula will make the sleep thingy slower. Okay. Come on and do the conga. I wonder how much we can get. This one's connected enough to the exit as well, so we'll go to the top one and then down a little bit. When he's recreating with mash, yes, I'd forgotten that bit. I'd forgotten the assembly. And he's so happy at the end when he's got that whole other model set up, and he finally sets the fire and he finally figures it out, and it ends up burning himself. It's like, oh my God, what happened? I don't want to talk about it. It's like, okay. Oh, it's like kind of can't you ask it? No. We can never talk about it again. He just gets so obsessed trying to figure out this drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the rebel expansion, or maybe they're seeking to use this nebula for cover. Regardless, it identifies you as hostile. Fuck, those are some harsh assumptions. Why can't we just be friends? Boop. We all know what's going to happen. Right, shields, and I think heavy laser on the drone thing, because between the... Is that a missile? Oh, that's a missile launcher, so the shield will constantly stop that thing shooting, but that thing's going to go boom and just go straight through everything. Unless we dodge. Nope, we won't. We will take it to the face. We'll take it like men. Bang. Yeah, that's enough out of you, combat drone. Tell you what, this little bastard hits. He hits like one once the shields are out of the way. That little... Oh, what a legend. Folks, we have a brand new citizen.
Subscribed.
Derpdom, let me give you the full glory of your double D jiggly name. Welcome to the ranks of the citizenry. You are not just legit, you are now officially Krayven's Town legit. Thank you so much. Well, first and foremost, enjoy your all new emotes, and despite being such common gamer slang, you might not have seen a legit emote anywhere before, and that is right. You were a brand new prime citizen and it still didn't trigger the I'm gonna do it for you as well. I'm gonna do it. I went to all that trouble. I went to all that additional effort to make a special Prime alert go off, and Streamlabs has gone full retard and won't do it. Right. That's what actually happened. But you get both. That should have been Derpdom. Subscribe with Prime.
1 month. This is a test.
Oh God, upper middle class cow. I can't stand it. Anywho, yes, indeed. Well, welcome. You not only Prime, but you could have put that anywhere. As I say, the fact you chose to put it here, you discovered the channel. You discovered the show, and you were that inclined to put a Prime which has a competition of several million people for it. Thank you. So like I say, thank you very much. Enjoy your new emotes, including the only place where you can actually get a legit legit emote on this entire platform. You'll of course be able to enter the monthly giveaways. Those will be coming up in the not too distant future, so we'll hopefully see you again. If you take up your full residency in Krayven's Town, you will bypass having your regular habitation pod and get to go in the luxury apartments and flats with personal robo butlers, and you can tell residents to carry you around whenever you so desire. And of course my undying appreciation and support, and thank you so much for being here. The best kind of viewer. Just every so often you get a rare treat of someone comes along, they fit in, they find a place, and they like it that much. Always flattered, always flattered. Makes a stream, makes a week, makes a Sunday. So thank you very much. Righty ho, we were in the middle of bullying ships. I can't wait to tell regular folk to get off your lawn. We, as a community that does skew slightly older than the average rittling adult teenagers that make up so much of this platform, screeching at each other, we do have lawns, and you don't just have to tell regular folks and all the youths to get off them. We have all kinds of electric fences and hilarious booby traps to casually maim, to severely inconvenience any and all irritating pets, dogs, and although we have all kinds of weird and wonderful animals doing their unnecessaries and unmentionables on lawns and anything in between. The kind of stuff that you would post to the Krayven's Town sci-fi equivalent of Instagram of things getting hurt because it's funny. Streamlabs doesn't seem to like me. It never has. It never has. Streamlabs and I have a hate-hate relationship, but I set up so much stuff on it. It's too much fuss and faff to change, especially when at the moment I barely manage to keep up with the regular weekly happenings that I should be trying to stay on top of for just running the channel. Never mind the ongoing improvements that I was hoping to make and work into my routine of doing as part of a sort of ongoing week. So the ship explodes, happy days, more scrap. I want to make it a mission to actually save up for some cloaking. That's what I'd really like. That is what I would like very much indeed. Distress. Oh no. Oh. I've never actually noticed this before because we're sat in the nebula. The distance. I've never picked up on this. So okay, so they'll go meep. Well, that does actually give us a bit more wiggle room. So they'll jump to here next time if we go up to there. But then if we might get away with being able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, because 2 of those jumps will only be half the distance because they'll both technically count as being in the nebula. That one's also in the nebula as well. Oh, they'll have overlapped this point by then. So although we could, in terms of distance, we're not going to jump inside the fleet's the rebel control. It'll be rebel control by then, but we haven't had a distress beacon yet. That usually means double reward, so let's go and see what the crack is. The distress signal is coming because we're all mad for crack. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense system has gone haywire and their repair crew can't approach it without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. Now, I think the fact we have a system repair and an anti-personnel drone and 2 Engis, as well as a heavy ion which can disable systems without destroying them, I'm pretty sure one of those options will give us some blue text, which will give us the better, a potentially better outcome. So we'll promise to help. Yeah, we got 2. So consider your options. To fire on the defense system from a distance wouldn't work out too well. But yeah, ion weapon. I remember because I've encountered this one a few times before. Engi crew, ion weapon. Disable the defense system. I think remotely repairing it would be better still than just fully disabling it, because then it's still active. They're not undefended. It's just working again. So we'll take the Engi crew option. Remotely repair its targeting system. Your crew member is able to remotely fix the glitch in the defense AI, allowing the repair crew to close in and finish the job. The station gives you its thanks along with a reward. Happy days. Happy days. Ooh, 75. 74. 75. Okay, yeah, there's that big old jump. Right. Nebula time. I can't believe I'm voluntarily going into one of these things. You nervously glance out the window, but the only thing to greet you is more clouds and silence. Okay. Well, that was thrilling. Fiddlesticks. Even with the nebula, the nebula slowing things down. This beacon is not reachable from here. That's a bit too much of a stretch. Let's go and see what's going on here. It's inside of this nebula, you detect a rogue planet drifting through space. On its surface, a huge monolith, oh, they're Necrons then, visible at this distance even to the naked eye. A Zoltan Elder hails you from the planet. Through luck or intent, you have discovered the Great Eye. Look into its depths and receive your just deserts. Pretty sure deserts has 2 S's in it, so apparently we're going to receive our just deserts. We're going to receive the huge pile of sand that we deserve. All right, we discovered the Great Eye. It says through luck or intent. Is it going to say we're good? This feels like one of those things that could be like 50-50 RNG in either direction. So, YOLO. Oh, nice. YOLO was the right idea. They're just going to hurl buckets of sand at the ship. Like, how about you? That'd be brilliant. But we got a weapon that I've never really been all that bothered with. So it's certainly sellable, but we'll have it in the meantime. As you approach, an ancient alien voice, it's the Deceiver, speaks to you. Your mission has brought you great battles and great losses. This will help ease the pain. Oh, it's heroin. A few minutes later, someone reports medical equipment has appeared on the ship. Yay, free heroin. A healing beam. It fires helpful bullets. Teleporting bomb. Ignores shields. Requires missiles. How does this... Well, it only requires 1 power, which is nice. Space... Yes, space heroin. The best kind of heroin. We now have legit space heroin. Happy days. Happiest of days. That's a good way to spend a Sunday. Okay. Save up for cloaking. See, this Dom is what gets me and others, and regulars here will know this. That now I'm seeing 75 scrap. I'm getting green eye. I'm getting green bar eyes, scrap eyes. Like I want to spend it, but maybe I should actually save up for a change. Self-teleporting healing unit that can instantly heal all friendly crew in a room. Can target your own ship. Well, it's better than nothing. Certainly handy versus borders and like brutal attack. So we're not using our missiles as much of anything else. Just firing these random bombs of heroin into the ship. Okay. Well, hey, you know, it's still not bad. But we need to upgrade the guns by 1 level to have all 3 running concurrently, simultaneously. All that scrap is just burning a hole in the cargo hold. It is. Like space chlamydia, it's really burning. Alright, well, I'm going to try for a change to be a bit more disciplined. Because sometimes you get these encounters for alternative crew, like cheaper crew, or little exchanges where having a bit more scrap on hand is kind of viable. So maybe I'll hold off on some of the ship upgrades for the time being. Famous last words. Although we're about to go into Sector 3, so a second shield wouldn't go amiss, considering we don't have any kind of externally defensive drones. You come across an asteroid mining colony. They message you immediately saying, "Greetings, our supply of mining explosives have run out since the rebels blockaded the system. Do you have any extra explosives?" We kind of do. Because we can't... I'd have to sacrifice the heavy laser for the healing beam. I'm not going to give them the 15. I've had to see this one a few times. Now, this particular encounter isn't always the best value. I think they potentially repair the hull. But I don't know how many different outcomes there are of what ranges. So I'm willing to try it a few times to see if like there's a sort of upper and lower maximum, minimum and maximum good outcome, or if it's the same every time. Sadly, I can't actually remember. So we'll give it a go. 5 missiles. Oh, 20 scrap. I think that's a slightly better rate than the cost. Maybe not, because that's 4 scrap per missile. I think that's about the same cost as a store. So I suppose it's one of those few ways. It's the only ways you can sell raw material, because obviously you can't do that at a regular shop. I hope at the next store we get to, or the stores in this sector, missiles cost 4 scrap, because I know the costs increase the further on you go. Anyway, Sector 3, folks. Sector 3. Yes, we picked a friendly raid. Engi homeworld or Zoltan controlled. Zoltan might give us a better chance at getting a Zoltan crew member, which would be welcome for the options for blue text in a wider range of scenarios, and obviously the bonus power that they give. But considering we're Engi with Engi crew, we're guaranteed to get blue text in Engi specific encounters for the Engi homeworld. So we'll go there. We'll go there. I can't help but be nosy to see guitars in the background. Yes, indeed. No, by all means, be nosy. Well, that's why I don't currently have my green screen up, and the green screen variant. I've got the webcam. So yes, there's a, what is this one? That is BC Rich that was given to me by a community member pre-hiatus, actually. Was around for a wee while, but was very, very generous whilst he was around. We met in real life a few times, actually. And that one is Charlotte, and that one's my favourite. Charlotte from Charlotte the Harlot by Iron Maiden. That is a Jackson Dinky custom with shark fin inlays. Kirk Hammett signature H4Z humbuckers. It's got a full set of humbuckers. It's been custom lethiered. I got it from this really, really, really good guitar seller, Giga, eBay. You know, one of like those great eBayers, and someone who's got a passion of guitars. He runs a little guitar shop a few years ago. A few years ago, actually, it was a 30th birthday gift to myself, and I'm 38 this September, so 7.5 years ago. But yeah, it was all done up, and it plays like it's beautiful. It plays like a dream. I took the regular knobs off, and I think I went onto Alibaba.com and ordered some dials. You know what? I'll pick it up and show it, because I'll prove it rather than saying what it is. You're a drummer. Oh, nice. I was drunk. I've actually, unfortunately, these things, for full disclosure, full honesty, have been gathering a bit of dust for far too long, because, suffice it in a nutshell, I work fully every day, and every evening I've got something going on. So I do app development, and I try and catch up with the missus on Mondays, back to back after work. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Sundays I'm streaming. Thursdays I'm in London all day, so I leave early, and the earliest I usually get back is about 8:30 p.m, 9 o'clock, and I'm knackered. Friday nights is ESO, Elder Scrolls Online trials with the guild. Saturday and Summer Sunday I try and have a bit of a life and a social life. It doesn't leave too much time for all my Warhammer and other things and music hobbies, and I've really got to get back into it. Anyway, but what I was going to say was, I played the drums for years. I did recorder at school like everyone does, and piano for a little bit. But when I was how old was I? I think 12 or 13 to about 16. I played the drums for 3 years, and I was in a few brass bands, so I used to be able to read drum music. And yeah, I can still pick up my sticks are probably down there somewhere, along with my little rubber practice mat that would go over a snare. So no judgment on being a drummer, but you dabble with guitar. Awesome. Right, yeah, let me just pick this one up. Hang on. So yes, this is Charlotte. With the shark fin inlays. Got I don't use this one, but this is a brass pick, if I can catch the light with it'll probably focus on me unless I can get that right. Come on, you fucker. It had it for a bit anyway. It's got a phoenix engraved on it. Focus, there it is. So yeah, that's because my company's got my own company, because I've run my own business as well, because I'm not enough of a glutton for punishment. He's got Phoenix in the name. But on the dials, you might notice they go to a particular number. Hang on, let's just see if I can... Yes, they do both go to 11. I'll have to put a little chapter break in the YouTube of like stops to show off guitars. but why not just make it louder and make 10 louder? Yeah, but this goes to 11. Nigel Tuffney, the actor, I've forgotten his name. He's actually like a lord. He's like landed gentry in the UK. He's getting on a bit now, but that character, Nigel Tuffney, I know that movie is 50% just taking the piss out of Iron Maiden, but it's a-okay. It's so funny when they've got like the dancing midgets, the dancing little people, the dwarves, like Stonehenge. No one knows where it came from. Instead of that being a model for a life-size thing, it's the actual model. It's just the exaggeration of it as they lower it onto the stage, like the idea that will make it look bigger by having midgets dance around it. So yeah, this is Spinal Tap. Absolute 10 out of 10 film. I'm glad bands that I've been in don't go through drummers like they do. Yeah, and the bit where he's doing the guitar solo and it's just like this horrific din, and he's got a violin and he's scraping on the guitar solo and he just stops for a split second to adjust the tuning. That split second comedy, I fucking fell aside when he's doing like, yeah. He just goes back. It gets me every time. Oh, and if you're a TV says I've got no musical talent, my creative juices flow into food stuffs. Hey man, cooking not only is a hell of a skill, it is an art, but is the way to any significant other. It's an increasingly lost art in these days and time. Getting stuck in the pots as well. Yeah, absolutely. Jesus Christ. Oh, you might know about this, you might not, but anyone who's into Spinal Tap, I love to tell them about this. Do yourself a favour, ideally after the show, go on YouTube and look up Nigel Tuffney Marshall amps. Marshall, I think, actually partnered with them back when they were, so it's like pretty much around a similar time as the movie, because he looks the same age as he does in the movie. And the full version, it's a 20-minute special. It's a 20-minute sort of mini film in the style of This Is Spinal Tap, but about Marshall. And it's basically more This Is Spinal Tap, but for Marshall amps. There's like all these legendary musicians, like all these like really good guitarists turn up, and of course the guy playing Nigel Tuffney, he's in character the entire time. He's there. It's a 20-minute thing. YouTube, Nigel Tuffney, Marshall amps. You will not regret it. It's fucking brilliant. I really want to watch it again now. Okay, let's have a look at the route we're going to... Oh, this is a very interconnected map. Okay, I kind of want to dive through the middle a little bit, or go to the points that are connected to lots of other points. Oh, we can pick our poison here, folks. Look at this. Everything's touching everything else. This is the best kind of RNG. Okay, we'll go over here. A past job I had got me a tour around the Marshall factory, and they had a full stack that goes to 11. Oh, that's glorious. That's wonderful. That is a cool job, or like at least that's a very cool reward to get a tour of the Marshall factory. That's something I'd like to do. There's one amazing joke he does in that 20-minute Marshall Spinal Tap thing about an amp. But I don't want to tell you, because if you don't know it and you see it and you know a bit about like guitars and amps and stuff, you'll know it when you see it, and I'm sure it'll crack you up. But yeah, definitely bookmark that. A Federation encrypted signal is being broadcast from a nearby planet. Send... Ooh. We are low on crew. We've only got the 3 crew. And this has got an equal chance, I think. This particular encounter is an equal chance of losing a crew member, maybe getting to a battle with a ship, like it's pirates or something good happens. So... YOLO! Oh, hell yeah, actually is legit hidden Federation outpost. They message you, quick, we just got word from a sister outpost that they've been discovered by the rebels and are under attack. If you're still loyal to the Federation, go save them. Question mark. Oh, that's a hell of a down payment. All right, yes please. Sweet. Oh, that's a fairly, straightforward, but I think we're going to have a scrap. Possible ship detected. We're Sector 3 with 1 shield. Yeah. Let's see how we do. But we do have a heavy ion. That's something. Ah, it's a drone. It's a basic bitch. You arrive in the sector to see a small outpost being bombarded by an automated drone. This must be the Federation base you were told about, right? Well, they actually will reward us because it's a base. They can't flee whilst we deal with the trouble. Ah, okay. Oh, that's a combat drone level 2. Yeah, I can tell it's got like more flares and a different shape. It's a lot more dangerous. That thing's going to shoot a lot faster. And that is a heavy laser as well. Alright, well, beam weapon, our heavy laser on the drones, heavy ion on the shields, pow. Oh, we're just recharging fast enough for its guns, which is bloody lucky. Oh, crud. That is a bad time for our drone system to go out. Alright, Wayman, run down there and help the, help get the drones back online. Toot fucking sweet. Okay, Wayman, go back on the guns. Right, their shields are out of commission. Okay, most things are. Engi are already like super good. Mother Hubbard. Oh, don't miss! That was a very, very, very poor time to miss. We need to redeploy our beam. Man, that combat drone too is powerful as shit. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. We were... Look at that. Just out of nowhere, like slapped away 30% of our health. 30% of our hull. Alright, their guns are out. Their drone's disabled, their shield's partly down, so we're gonna win, but that is stinging. Combat drone rank 2. Oh my days. Our fireproof Rockman should go here. Oh well, the Engi's already putting it out. The two of them will repair that in short order. Although they'll start repairing their shit as well. So, heavy ion, please. Disable the shield, so at least our little drone's beam can start causing some havoc, because those weapons are going to come online, and when that combat drone comes online again, quick as you like, don't miss, there we go. Everyone back at their posts, back at their stations. Yarp. It says don't miss. It's a static shield that is, it's a static drone ship that is currently disabled. Anyway, job's good. Missiles, fuel, and scrap. Yay. Bloody hell, that's a prize. Holy crap, folks. Townspeople, friends, comrades, and lovers. I have never seen that much stuff in a reward. Ever. You contact the station once the rebel ship is destroyed. The lone survivor responds, this base is no longer safe. Let me join your crew and I'll have the station's drones patch up your ship. 3 fuel, a missile, 39 scrap, 7 hull points repaired, a beam drone, I'm not sure it's the same beam drone as we've already got, or maybe a slightly different variant, and a human crew member. Bloody hell. And if we can find a store, could pay for some cloaking for the first time ever. Right, Maria, what are you good for? Absolutely not. No, I'm sure she's great. Well, we need an engineer. Maria, and tell you what, I always name the crew after people in the chat. I don't think anyone would be particularly put out if Derp Dom. Congratulations, you are now an engineer on this particular run. On the good ship Dick Insider. Good luck to her and all who sail in her. Hurrah indeed. Now then, you two Engi, because you're weak, weedy nerds, you need to go into the hospital and get patched up. Because this particular Engi ship does not come with the Engi Medbot dispersal, which I must admit is one of my absolute favourite augmentations. You get so used to having it because these folks are pretty weak when it comes to combat and doing things, but when you can constantly heal throughout the entire ship, it just makes so many things so much more doable. Alright, so although anti-ship beam drone 1, it's the same thing. I'm tempted. There's borders. The system repair drone. just to actually get 2 of these on the go, take the anti-personnel one just offline for the time being, because especially now we've got the beam, the recovery thing. Let's see if we've got a store coming up. We don't. Okay, so before that, I'm going to spend a little. If we can get another 37 scrap, we can afford cloaking again. But now, if I disable the system repairs, we can have 2 beam drones going at the same time in combat that, combined with their heavy ion, once shields start going down, will make short work of a lot of things. I hope to have a long and fruitful life. Well, then you've come to the wrong place. I kid. I'm sure everything will be dandy. Okay. Just in case one of these is a store, we'll just jump to here. Takirosh, normal or the multiverse version? I don't even know what that is, Takirosh. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. So, normal. So, some little context about what we're doing. I am yet to beat the game. The furthest I've gotten is, which is I think on the last stream, Sector 8. And I learned that there's multiple phases to a boss. Which was disheartening and heartbreaking as I lost on the second phase. Don't know how many there are. Otherwise, it is a generally blind playthrough, so the usual no spoilers, no backseating, giving away other things there might be. I did try advanced settings on one of them, but I only got as far as Sector 4, so I thought we'll beat the game on normal difficulty with the standard settings and then go with that. I didn't know anything about multiverse-y stuff, so perhaps that's something to look forward to in future. I do hope you enjoy. Stick around. Thank you so much for popping up in the chat to say hi. In fact, this is the first run I've done with a new ship layout. It's the very first time I got the right achievements to unlock a different ship layout compared to just the usual version A of either the Kestrel, the Engi, or the Zoltan one. You make contact with an isolated Engi science station who are staying put despite the likelihood of Mantis invasion. They suggest you try out some experimental technology. None of this is experimental, but I'll take it. Thanks very much. I don't know what the multiverse thing is at all. So my general approach to games is if when I'm playing them for the first time, any game, doesn't matter what it is, if I'm doing a first go at it, I leave it alone. I do it unmodded unless it's some quality of life mods or to make things run. So for example, when I did a full playthrough of Fallout New Vegas, oh, there's a store. Do we have... We can get away with that. We need a bit more scrap in case I have cloaking. So when I did Fallout New Vegas, I put in the NVMe, like it's a mod that did a whole bunch of fixes and various broken quests and things like that, and some stuff that fixed stability issues. But I didn't like put on anything that adds new guns or changes things around. Same approach here. So I'm going to try and beat the game on regular normal mode and no advanced anything before throwing other bits and pieces on it. So I think this is only the 10th or 11th episodes, 10th or 11th stream, and I only play this on stream when I'm not live and doing my own thing. I'm playing different things. You receive a distress call from a nearby Engi ship. Assistance requested, danger present, imminent destruction. I do love the autistic way they talk. Respond to the call and move in to assist. Oh, getting more powerful. Mantis fighter, 2 shields and teleportation. Think we need to, well, try and see if we can buy some cloaking. I've never done that before, and then start saving up for shield and gun improvements. The only mod I'll do for first run in RimWorld, yes, I know of RimWorld, and I've seen a few people play it, will be Celsius and Fahrenheit for showing both temp scales. I'm afraid I haven't actually played RimWorld, but to my knowledge it's sort of base management survival, so I'm guessing if temperatures drop, things go poorly for people. But yeah, no, fair enough. A mod that basically gives you a thermometer. You'd think a space station would have those. So yeah, that makes sense. You approach to find a Mantis ship assaulting a small Engi space station. You prepare for a fight. Right, well, we now have, along with our heavy iron, which of course, as per usual, go on the shields. They're bound to teleport over Mantis because these lads are bad boys in combat. And it's just their modus operandi. So we'll try and take out their teleporter. Because they don't have any missiles. They've got a heavy laser and a multi-shot from the looks of things. We'll try and take out that, but 2 beam weapons, we'll take off the system repair for the time. Oh, why did I do that? No, I don't want to. I haven't upgraded any of the engines or the med bay or the oxygen enough to be able to disable power to keep the system repair active, but we can make short work of them with 2 hull beam bad boys, which is right. So which room are you going to go into? Well, humans are a bit better in a scrap than the average Engi, although not against a mantis, and with a rock person as well. Although right about now I wouldn't have minded my anti-personnel drone still being active, but rocks can step on bugs pretty good. Our newest crew member, we don't want her, or him in this case, getting too badly beaten up. Okay, their shields are fully down now. Hopefully the heavy laser can disable the teleportation before this mantis takes enough damage to realise discretion is the better part of valor. Ah, fiddlesticks, the shields are still back up. Okay, no worries. Well, it's about to have a bad day. Human-sized bug, though, yes, with dangerous bladed arms that chop people in half in short order. Okay. Get back to where you were. Alright, yeah, now that their shields are slowly getting disabled, these 2 beam weapons are going to absolutely cut them to hell. Okay. Their oxygen's down. They're not getting injured. Just one of them. Really? You just gone over there again? Well, your teleporter's currently out. Heavy ion on the shields. I figured the heavy ion would be doing more there. He's going to leg it again, isn't they? They've got a med bay as well. Otherwise, we could have gotten this ship with no scrap. It's damn heavy ion. I thought it'd be doing more to their shields, to be honest. Okay, come on. Oh, why is it? It's hitting for 2 every time. Okay, that's not a good time for the heavy lasers to miss. Oh, you're fully... Let's get you back in there so you can dodge. Let's get you patching things up. Quick. Bollocks. Go help. Never mind patching up, Mr. Rockman. You left your station, everything went wrong. Just my luck. First down the job and a mantis beams aboard and starts attacking. It's, yeah... You try and take on a mantis in combat, you're gonna have a bad time. Oh, they're just hitting us all over. Okay, for some reason, you know what? I think I've just better aim the heavy laser at the shields. Oh, this is not great. Right, Mr. Rockman, go put out the fire. You go help on here. Okay, heavy laser back up. That's fine. It's fine. We're taking a bit of a beating, but we really, 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 really need the... oh, come on. We've even injured the shields down a little bit, and they're still giving us grief. You get back on the shields. Christ. Yeah, if we could stop missing so much. Alright, the 2 beams are slowly carving them up in the meantime. But we took a bit of punishment there. Crikey.
Not going to like it. Tell us. The answer to the great question, yes, of life, the universe, and everything, yes, is 42. It was a tough assignment.
Good evening, Citizen Cozy, and thank you not only for the 42 biddies, but you're the very first person to trigger that new alert. That is one of the very few new alerts in the new style that I had a bit of time to make with the new production values before I came back. What I consider to be within the minimum required for a viable restart. So... Great choice, great choice. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Nah, geez, Captain. You destroyed him in the end. Yeah, so those two beams did their stuff, but I was definitely noticing the lack of a system repair thing, and I didn't do that good of a job of disabling the teleporter, because we could have in the end taken out most of the crew, and although to be honest, if they'd lost one crew, they wouldn't have teleported anybody else over and gotten a better reward. But hey, chalk up another one to the good ship Dick Insider. We got some tasty treats, and what are the Engi going to give us? Draz! Oh, I haven't even made this new flag yet. Damn it.
Dresha46 resubscribed. Yay, free sub smile.
Yay, indeed. And yet again, it's another Prime. We have had a long-term Prime for a 6 months, you for a second month, and a brand new citizen, dear Derp Dom here, who dropped his Prime for the first time. And not once is Streamlabs bringing up the actual Prime under any occasion, but still very cool. Thank you so much indeed. I will once again, because I took the time to bloody 3D animate and 3D model all of these for some of these new citizenship. And if you're not familiar with our terminology here, because we have a town-based theme, a sci-fi town theme, citizen as a subscriber. I had a dedicated Prime sub that's has all the flags at every rank, so I will do this for you, and then the upper middle class robot bitch will say this is a test, and I know, but I don't care. Anyway, that's the one that also should go off.
Krayven just resubbed for 1 month.
No, it was Drazar.
This is a test.
No, it wasn't. Okay, Drazar, thank you so much indeed. You could put that Prime anywhere, but you chose to put it here, so you're not just legit, you're not just Cravenstown legit, you are a Prime citizen, you are Prime legit. Please do enjoy all your returning emotes, not least of all, the only place where you can get an actual legit emote on Twitch. Right here. I do hope you're well. And yes, I'm afraid of all the various little flags that I printed and made yesteryear that on chopsticks from various takeout meals, the 2-month one didn't exist in the before time, in the long ago, in my pre-hiatus days. It was a new one, then 3 months, 6, 9, and even some of those, I remember when some of those got introduced. So I've got to make a new one that matches the colours. Indeed, you have the combo again. You probably recall that when Redweird changed the progress emote to be more in style, I think, what is it, DB? Yeah, divided by was drawing up the new ones. That one was designed, the layout in mind, to go with my legit one, because that's the second incarnation of legit. The earlier one, I kind of, like all people's first emotes on this site, was kind of scrapped together in a hurry. So yeah, it was very much with the finger guns and the two things in, and the kind of similar colours, because his is half red, half blue. Is meant to be literally legit progress like that, because those of you who don't know, Redweird and I have known each other since 1997, and have been close friends for the vast majority of that at this point. Actually, Christ, when I think about it, yeah, it was 25 years last year, which is a quarter of a century that we've known each other, which is mental. And yes, of course, the Cray Metal. And there are some, I've got more to make, like the generosity of the community, especially pre-hiatus, has unlocked no less than 11 emote slots, which is crazy. But there are 4-bit emotes. There are 4-bit emotes in there, including my personal favourite, which is Krayven, This Is Fine, and there is 200 IQ plays, but I appreciate that as things go up, fewer and fewer people have got those because they're at various bit ranks. But yeah, and I hope you've had a decent weekend, Draz, and the remainder of your week, because the last time I was live was Wednesday. Although, to be fair, I think you were in Red's chat when I popped by on Friday briefly. So I do hope you've had a good weekend and life is treating you well. Likewise, Cozy, how's yourself? And sorry, Taki, I missed your message. Douglas Adams was a big computer nerd. Yes, indeed he was. He was well aware that the ASCII code that says 42 translates into asterisk, a Joker code that can mean whatever he needed to. In fact, what's cool is that what I remember reading an interview about that is that they came back when they were writing, because it was originally for the radio program. 42 is the funniest number, and there's all this retroactive stuff. I don't think that one's retroactive. I think that's legit. But there's so many other things related to 42 that people like to look up and find and ascribe to it as well. It's one of those examples of a very early meme. The station was in the process of being evacuated. A number of civilian Engi offered their gratitude as they finalised preparations to leave. They offered some fuel as to fuel. That is quite a shit reward. Not gonna lie. Okay, our oxygen is patched back up considering the punishment we took there. Life's okay, work's tiring, but I've started the journey towards getting your motorbike license. Oh, cool. Is that of a particular engine size? Or does the license, a standard motorbike license, cover up to a range of engine sizes like 250cc or 500 or 600 or something? Or I don't, it depends where in the world you are. I don't know. If you're not in the UK, I'm not sure necessarily how it might be different there. Okay, we need someone back on the... And you three all need to go back in the hospital. That's really cool, man. Have you got an idea of what bike you're going to get? A Yamaha or a Triumph or a Harley? Well, Harleys are quite pricey still these days because they've still got the name and the recognition. That's wicked, man. Work's tiring. Yeah, I hear you there. I have to admit, I'm loving the job. It is really, really good. It continues to go good, and had a decent Friday as well with things getting stuff. I've got my CBT. Remind me of what that stands for at the moment, so I can ride. Is that a special kind of license that allows it to 125? Oh, a CBT at the moment, so I can ride a 125cc on L plates. I'm hoping to do my full A license though. You got a Yamaha Virago 125 to learn on. Oh, nice, which give me access to any engine size. A full A license. Oh, even up to like the 1100cc, the freaking big bastards with like 1 billion tons of torque. That's very cool. Right, I was really hoping that we would get to a store, but I think no such luck as yet. We're starting to get a highway to the danger zone. We've explored there. Unvisited possible ship located. We're a bit out of options. Jumping here is we jump here, the fleet's going to overtake us, and then we are going to end up in so much trouble. So let's... Oh, another Mantis fighter. They've got teleporters again. Right, I can see the guns to one side. So one's a multi-laser and one looks like some kind of teleporter. So that'll probably be teleporting bombs. No drones. And obviously they'll try and send one Mantis fighter over because it's how they work. Local sensors pick up 2 ships engaged in a heated battle. It seems a Mantis military ship will surely defeat its prey. Now, if we aid the civilian ship, one of the outcomes of this, well, is potentially a bonus reward, but sometimes when you're fighting one of these pirates or Mantis or whatever, the civilians go, right, while they're distracted by that, we're going to make her escape. And even though you go to the trouble, you don't get an additional reward. So hopefully these civilians aren't bastards like that, because we're going to go to their aid. That's really cool, man. Well, I hope that all goes, that you started the journey. How many weeks or months of lessons and so on until you're there and ready to do your test? Okay, you frown, power up the weapons, and prepare to engage the Mantis ship. What do we say to the god of death? Not today. Right. Are they going to send... They're not going to send over an Engi on a teleporter, are they? That'd be hilarious if they try. Okie dokie. I think a better focus on the shields this time. Boom. Nope, they aren't. One idiot's going to teleport over. Oh, nope. You know what? Yeah, fight in... Please fight in the hospital. Please fight in the hospital. Well, that's a great time for the heavy... Because, yeah, this will be fine. Oh, ouchie. That stung. Oh, we beat him. He didn't even manage to teleport away. Happy days. Happy days. Okay, back on the shields. Derp, go fix the doors. Fortify, you're fixing that, so that's fine. Oh. Not sure yet, to be honest. Planning to do my direct access next year. Want to save time and money first. We dodged a bunch of stuff. Ouch, ouch, that's stinging. Are our guns still there? Okay, our oxygen's dropping. We'll deal with that in a little bit. I think, to be honest, oxygen is more important than doors right now. Although every time one of those weapons systems goes red, it costs us a hull point. Yes, okay, now the beams can do their thing. The Manta ship breaks apart, fuel thing scrap, attempt to contact a civilian ship. Oh, they actually stuck around. It seems the crew did not survive the assault. You take what you can from the remains of the ship. Okay. Good job on the repairs there. Fortify, get in the hospital. We got our things back. I think at this point, oh, how much will it cost? 45. 150. Yes, we can afford that because we really need to start working towards a additional shield. But I really want to afford cloaking. Really want to afford cloaking. They stuck about kinda. Yeah, they stuck about and paid the price for dying. But hey, we won out and we still did the right thing. Oh, and regarding, I meant to do this, the 42 to bits being triggered. I did used to have all the bit alerts, the special numbers that do special things in the channel panels, but it was getting a bit too long. So they are now on this very handy Google Doc. So tits. Oops, I meant bits. Ha ha ha. I know, great marketing. Of course, this is no obligation. Basic essential rule I have about this channel and community: it is free entertainment. It always will be. So you don't have to do anything about that. It's actually I'm more concerned with or more about people getting bang for their buck or bang for their bits. So if you have bits and you like to do things with them, firing off a random number and getting a quick thing happens. But if you want something a bit cooler to go on, check that sheet out to make sure you're getting the maximum amount for any support you may or may not choose to give. Because oh god, where's he gone? Is it quick memes? Oh fuck's sake! Might be in outbursts. Yeah, here we go. Because the moment's gone now, but I'll try and remember it's there for next time. I'm so bad on this soundboard. I swear to goodness. Oh, Derp, you're still not full health. Always like to make sure everything's safe and dandy before we head off. Okay, right now, 1 second and you were fine. Please a store. Please a store. All right. Jump to there, or to here. Both similar. Thinking down here, it's where the action is. It's just a flesh wound. I've chopped your bloody arm off. I'm invincible. You're a loony. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while waiting for the FTL to recharge. Now, worst case scenario out of this is you take like 5 points of hull damage, which is not great, but you can always get a good reward out of it as well. So we'll take, all right, we'll call it a draw. I've been doing YOLO so far, so let's, oh, thank you, RNG. You happen upon an abandoned mining site. A few mining drones were left behind and could be repurposed. Sick. Okay. Ooh. You know what? Because it still leaves us enough. Now we can have the 2 shields. Alright, we can only deploy the 1 beam weapon, but the beam weapon and the system repair and our other guns will keep us going because it's high time we got 2 shields when we're at least halfway through Sector 3, the Engi homeworlds. Possible ship detected. Possible ship detected. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see what's going on over here now that we're a bit better defended. Oh, a toll. Oh, look at it. It's got a tiny little health bar and only 1 shield and some little teleporters in it, bruv. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. Will you now? You know what? I think I'll continue on my way anyway. I can go around you or I can go through you. You will regret this decision. Look, see this? This is my regretting face. Okay. Oh, they do have a missile launcher. That is, to use an overused word, problematic. So I won't deploy the system repair thing right now, but we'll beam number 1, keep some power spare for bits and bobs, obviously disable the shields, and then I think we'll actually heavy laser the weapons. The teleporter matters less because I want that bloody missile launcher out of commission shortly. Human versus human? Okay. Wayman Wolf, get involved. Okay, and that should deal with it in fairly short order. Nice. And what's that going to hit? So you're going to teleport? Well, yeah. Wiener. 3 missiles and a thing and a scrap. That's a rubbish amount of scrap, and we don't need the missiles. Take everything we have and let's both forget this happened. Let me think about that for just a second.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
Sorry, you heard the man. Okay, ye be dead. Go repair this. Oh, I thought that was going to be the final shot came in, but the heavy laser, once again maintaining its pretty terrible rate of accuracy. All right. Oof. Let's get repaired. Sorry, get repaired, get healed. Well, the Engi technically gets repaired. Back to your stations. I really should. I just realised I haven't. I should save these creeks. I keep doing it manually. I just. How many? Everyone's been so nice. Like, kind of probably realise going insane. Like, he's constantly doing that manually. All right, let's and letting me remember on my own, which is actually very, very decent of folks. Save your current crew positions. Station saved, and then okay, enter to send them all back to where they need to be. All right, good. I'm guessing a second store might be that way. Right, 1 jump and the warning thing will come over. Ah, shite. 2 jumps and we'll be in, the fleet will take control of it. Unless the store's down there. I just realised I've done like 6 or 7 shows of this since I came back, and I've sort of seen it there, and it kept slipping my mind to do it. So yeah, now I've actually enter to set them back to where they need to be. Bound to be a store up here, but we can't make it. We can't make that distance. 2 jumps. That'll be 1. And then the white one here, and then 2. Yeah, the fleet danger area will overtake us. That's frustrating. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, another one of these. How about no? Again. Again, they've got a missile launcher. That is going to sting us. That is going to sting. So I think heavy laser on the shields as well, because we can keep them permanently out of commission. We'll be all right. Right, humans can beat each other up. That is not ideal. Okay, that'll start doing some damage to him. Teleporter still. Jesus Christ!
Kaboom.
Kaboom indeed. Thank you, Darkens, for a very well placed startle. And the 75 bits. Okay, we'll go and fix that rapid oogly boo in a second. If the heavy laser fires before yon Muppet. Okay, well, they're not teleporting back anytime soon. You're better at repairing. In fact, both of you go in there. Because now that their shields are properly down, our little beam thingy. Oh, bad time to miss. Bad time to miss. Go to the hospital. Go back on the guns. Really? You sent an Engi over, of all things? That's cute. That is very cute. Thankfully that missile missed. Okay, that's their shields properly out. Let's try and deal with their guns. Powering up his FTL drive is trying to escape. Oh. 4 fuel and 4 missiles is actually pretty good. Added with the scrap, that's about 3 is 12. Actually, the sector we're in, that might be up to 4. That's 16. It's about 20. This is 26, 29, about 39 scrap. Yeah, alright. Alright. Oh, they got in a dirty little hit right at the end there. Pikey bastards. That's well cheeky. Yeah, we really need a store because we've got all this cashish that I've been saving for cloaking. What I will do though, I've got enough to do another power bar. So now we can do the shield and we can have 2 beam drones back. But I'm going to have to save the rest for hull repairs. We want the cloaking as well. Drink fluids. Yes, Darkens, I will. There we go. Definitely makes it easy when you've got 8 crew members and all in the wrong places. Yes, so true. Maximum I've ever had is 7, I think. Okay, is everyone back on full health? Looks like it. Looks like it. Okay. Distress. Yeah, nah. The state we're in some distress ourselves, so I think... actually... Bit of a frustrating finish to this sector, because... Oh! It looks like this beacon is home to a rebel checkpoint. They're stopping and searching any ships that passes through. Civilians being harassed and Federation members are detained. Rebels haven't noticed yourself. You next. Now, last time I did this, we didn't get any real benefit from it. They were grateful, but they didn't want to be identified as Federation themselves. Rebel checkpoint. We're in too low health to risk, because it depends what they have. If they've just got some energy weapons, we'll probably be alright. But if they're rocking like big defense drones and missiles, this could end up going poorly. But I don't know if the bribing has, again, a sort of range of things that happen. So it could actually, someone does something nice for us, but usually they're like, we don't want to get busted. Like most rebels, these are just men trying to get by in a rough galaxy. They take your scrap and let everyone continue on their journeys. Oh, they actually did do something nice for us. One of the civilian ships quietly teleports over a crate of Federation military supplies. Okay, cool. So it randomizes. Sometimes you don't get anything, but their gratitude, and sometimes you get some nice stuff. So that's okay. Might be seeing the new D&D movie, yeah, with was it Michelle Rodriguez? And I've forgotten the actor's name. I wanted to check that out, because I remember the one from, like, is it the late 90s or early noughts? I think it's the early noughts with Jeremy Irons really hamming it up. But the new one looks interesting. I wanted to go and check it out. And you got your money back. Yes, I did. Good point. Sorry, good point, Dom. Oh, well, at least we saw. So there really wasn't. There's distress ship, nothing. There isn't a store nearby. Another Engi controlled civilian sector? Yeah, go for it. But missiles and fuel, in terms of supplies, we're good. It's just hull. And scrap, we're great. Been threatening the Engi core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for the journey. Please, a nearby store. Okay, we'll go to this one because it's connected to the most points. And with our scanners, we'll be able to see if one of them's a shop. So straight over that way. Plus, it doesn't look like we're going to have a ship encounter. A cluster of Engi satellites in orbit of a nearby planet, the only clue the mechanical species ever here. You have other places to be. Crikey. What a great lot of nothing. Ship in distress. Well, potential ship down there. Again, this one is touching on several. I think we can only see the next nearest, so none of these are shops. Go to here. And what do we have? You receive a distress call from a nearby Engi ship. Assistance requested, danger present, imminent destruction. Yeah, okay. Oh, damn. This is probably not a good idea. We have mantis intruders on board. Whenever it's intruders on board, there's usually 2 to 4. You receive another message from the ship, this time with a mantis at the comm log. Foolish meat sacks! Sensors indicate the ship is moving to attack and boarders teleport from the station. Oh, Christ. Alright, it's just the one. Defense drone Mark II. That's less good, because they can shoot down even energy things. We might have to flee here right after we deal with this particularly rude invader. Should really upgrade the door system. This is going to get squeaky bum time. This is going to get squeaky bum time. Because, yeah. We've got 2 shields to punch through. So I have to aim for that. And we'll turn on both beam weapons as we got the parts. Foolish meat sacks. Rock one on board. I was going to say, we've got... these are made of nanobots. That's a Rockman. We've only got 1 meat sack, and that's Dom. Sorry, Dom. Okay, you do there. Cause Mantis, Rockmen have got lots of health, but Mantis hit bloody hard. What are they trying to disable? Oh, okay, so they've got an ion. They're not too heavily armed. They've got an ion blaster and a heavy laser. It's their defense drone Mark II is the main problem. But if we can punch through some stuff, we've got 2 aggressive drones that all they need is an opportunity, and they'll. That's the problem, is that they. Okay, let's send our lad to the hospital. Ouch. Go fight. Quickly. Oh, our hull is not in a great state. Oh, and one of our drones is knocked out of commission as well. I've got to remember we got this healing beam I've not been doing very much with at all. What did they disable there? Shields, medbay. Oh, shit. Okay, if our shields can come back online, that would be fine. We are managing to punch through like nothing. System broke. Oh, we have not got enough power to turn the repair drone on that will help us do the thing. Help us actually repair it. Go patch yourself back up. Okay, that's only ion damage. That's nearly fixed. They're both almost back at full. Once they're both back at full, enter. Return to stations. No, not you. You carry on fixing shit, please. Okay. That damn defense drone 2. That damn defense drone 2 is really spoiling our day. That is a bad thing to hit. Because it is just shooting down everything. Yeah, tell you what, you get out of there. We might have to run away, which is frustrating. Nothing's getting through. It's that frickin' defense drone, rank 2 defense drone, otherwise this would be a cakewalk. Could have vented that into space, but yeah, no, you are not good at fixing things. Let's send you back in there to deal with that. Because we need... Actually, we'll send 2 of you in there. Because our guns aren't doing very much right now. Oh, for fuck's sake. System repair. System repair, yeah, okay. We gotta get the hell out of here. Down, Draz! Token meat sack. Savage, just trying his best, slamming into the engines, trying to repair them. Yeah, we're getting nowhere. That defense drone too is absolutely ruining our day. Stop disabling the... I'm really trying to flee. We've got 2 shields up. We've got to run. We've got to run, right. Fuck off. Oh, okay. Christ, that was going poorly. The Engi can do some remarkable things with just a pile of scrap. The Engi Hive is speaking of selling equipment for just that. Right. How much to repair? Lots. Well, I promised myself we'd get it. We're getting some cloaking. We are getting some cloaking. Next, we're selling some stuff. Not that arsed about this healing beam. And, the anti-personnel thing's not all that great, truth be told. We've got loads of fuel, we've got loads of missiles, we've got loads of drone parts. So... Kevin Fish and Julian Raffen. A defense drone would be nice, a Pegasus, a hull laser, all very nice. All very nice. But we are going to get our hull back in literal ship shape. But for the first time ever, temporarily cloak the ship, halting enemy weapon charging and increasing evasion by 60%. We have never had cloaking before. Have never had cloaking before. This is really cool. And we've got control over it. So the next thing to save for, and I think they only cost about 50 scrap, so it's a case of hanging on to enough scrap that we can, oh, come on, actually have it, is stealth weapons. Because if you can fire whilst cloaked, then, sick. What does it actually do again? Party disappear into another dimension, providing 60 to dodge and temporarily stopping enemy weapon charging and aiming. That's very... I'm interested to see how it does. Cloak for 10 seconds, cloak for 15 seconds. Alright, so it's a full system that you have to power independently, except... Okay. That's a first. That is a first for any run ever. I've always kind of like, nah, it doesn't matter very much. But now that we've got it, that's kind of cool. The only remaining system to get is a teleporter, but I think it's not much of a priority until we like maybe get some Mantis crew members. Okay, well, things are looking a lot better again. Hull is green, supplies are good, weapons are fine. Oh, that took an additional piece of power. Ah, fiddlesticks. Okay. Right, we'll leave him active because we can only have 1 beam drone up, and then we'll save up some more. But now that we've got that, I can start saving towards actually upgrading the ship a little bit more, because we are, in terms of our ship's levels of things, apart from shields, it's all very starter level basic, and we're in like sector 4 now. You're gonna have to head to bed up at 5. Oh goodness, that's a really early start. Drazar, thank you so much for being here. Thank you very, very much for dropping a prime. It was really, really, really kind of you. And of course, just your presence and hanging out. Have a good day at work, and good luck on the beginning of your motorcycle license journey. Do feel free to obviously pop back in or pop into Krayven's town itself, in the town square or whatever, and let us know how it's going. It's really cool what you're doing, and I think you're already in. But for those of you who don't know and wish to, there's a link. There's a link. Take care of yourself, Draz. Happy Sunday, mate. Right, south, can we get back round that way? Yeah, I think we're sort of trying, we're way ahead of the fleet. We're like almost other side of the galaxy. So we'll take our time to, bear with me, folks. I'm just going to mute myself for a second as the other half is going to sleep, so I'm going to say goodnight. Okay, there we are. Thank you for your patience there. But yeah. Got to do the right thing on IRL. I'm not married, so I was about to say happy wife, happy life, but you know, happy lady, happy lady. It's all gravy. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. Let's see. You receive a distress call from a nearby Engi ship. Assistance. We aren't married. Hey, Sprouty! Thank you for any lurking you've already been doing. We aren't married. Well, shh, don't tell Zai about your other secret family with me, okay? Mum's the word. And happy Sunday to you, mate. It looks. I don't know if you were in that run. I saw that all the latest hard modes of the newest dungeons have been done by elite folks in Bodge and Leggett. Anyway, I hope you've been having a decent weekend. Certainly have been here. Okay, last time we did this, manti plural, bullied us until we had to run away in disgrace. But now we have cloaking. Mother, they did it again. We got done. It got diddled again. I feel like a right mug. Foolish meat sacks again. Okay. 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 This is less of a problem because they've got 2 defense drones, but a defense drone 1. These can shoot down missiles, but they can't shoot down big energy projectiles. They've also got what looks like a heavy laser and a nasty beam weapon. So a heavy ion if we're constantly on the shields, and a heavy laser that way as well. They can't stop our incoming fire nearly as well. So beams and that. Mate, Mr. Mantis, you're attacking our hospital. We can just go in there and beat you up while getting healed the entire time. You stupid arsehole. Yeah, see, those defense drones are doing jack all. Against our energy attacks, so we might actually come out of this one better off, which would be good because we're good in other ways, but we're now rather poor in scrap. Oh, there he goes. No, don't go straight past the oxygen to repair, you fucking little stupid robot bastard. Okay, if Wayman could stop missing all the time, that would be grand. As he says, he continues to miss and the shields slowly come back online. Alright, well that repaired everything. How did that... Sorry, how's that beam going through our shields? What the hell have they got there? Alright, let's... Never done cloaking before. That stopped them for a sec. Okay, that just brought us a little bit of breathing room. And then our cloaking... I wanted to fire that off. Not had it yet. Yeah, that freaking... That big old beam weapon... Have they got too many shields for us? They shouldn't do. Well, there goes our cloaking. What the hell? They are... We're not hitting enough. I don't think our weapons can shoot whilst we're cloaked either. But we can get some, we can get breathing room. We can get breathing room for repairs and things, even if it's just a little. Okay, our shields are back online. Problem is, the heavy ion, if it... That huge beam weapon needs to fuck the fuck off. Come on, heavy ion. We're not doing so well. 3 shields seems like a bit too much for it to get through. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to peg it past this one as well. I don't know why the heavy ion's just not doing such a good job. I think we need a missile launcher. These are just not powerful enough firearms on their own. It wasn't disabling the shields, even up to 3 shields. Like with the ion blast, the doop 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 doop, it slowly takes them out. But it was even rare that we got to 1, and the defense drones weren't doing anything. Their defense drone once. They could, so that our maximum firepower just couldn't get through. You find a mantis ship harassing a small squad of Engi. They make it to the node and jump off, leaving you toe to toe with their pursuer. Oh, we're not going to get our. Okay. Well, we're still obviously, because we had to run away from that, not in the best of shape. But we got our little repair guy. These have only got 2 shields, so he'll go around and repair the oxygen. So right, and one of them will teleport over, and we'll try and kill them. Okay. We also had to. We lost some drone parts. Oh no, we want our drones. Go to here. Go to here. Don't start attacking our. Yeah, I mean we got our hull to almost a full, and then they promptly like chopped half of it. I'm going to shoot off as well for tonight. Early start for work, a weekly work grind tomorrow. Indeed, totally understand. Yeah, it's nearly 10:30 here in the UK, and other times around the planet. Well, I think from the humour references you've made, you're in the UK. But yeah, if you've got an early start, I totally get it. But so glad I found it. I am glad you found it, Dom. It's exactly the kind of audience member that we like to get in. As I slowly rebuild the audience and get back to where we were, having great fits to the community like yourself is always a pleasure to come along. So thanks for finding us, thanks for sticking around, thank you so much for dropping your prime, and look forward to seeing more of you. The next time I'm live should be on Tuesday. I'm trying to get a schedule made. I get back into the habit of doing that, but you know, when you're dual wielding and doing a full-time job as well, there's only so many hours in the day. But yeah, Tuesday between 7:30 8 o'clock UK time should be back with probably more of this, because I doubt we're going to get to the end boss tonight. So glad I found you. I'll be back for sure. Well, thank you so much. And you've taken up your full residency in Krayven's Town in the Discord. Even more happy to see it. Have a great rest of the stream, and I'll catch you Tuesday then. Look forward to it. Have a good start to your week, sir, and until Tuesday, or whenever you can make it back. Have a good night. Right. We have in Twodoors. Let's cloak for a bit while we deal with them. I wonder if cloaking prevents them teleporting back. Nope, apparently not. Go back on shields, go back on the engines. Okay, we just need to take out one more shield because, yeah, like, not miss. Okay, apparently not. Oh, that rocket looks big. That's a big rocket. That hit for 4 freaking hull points. That is clearly a, if not a Pegasus. What's the other one? The big kind. What is up with all our missing? Have they got like insane dodge or something? Yeah, don't. Oh, we have an invader. We have an invader in the hospital. That won't do. That's enough of that. What am I doing wrong? This heavy ion does not feel as good as the. We've taken out more things. Oh, finally! We actually punched through and did something. Holy shit. That, we need to do some weapon damage. Like, right frickin' now. But their shields are still up and a problem. It doesn't seem to be actually damaging their shields or disabling them much in any way. Well, you can run, I can. Yep, okay, fuck that. We've got no scrap to... I have a funny feeling this run is about to reach a critical end. I could, but that... Oh, you're such a...
Krayven
Motherfucker. Wait, what?
ran away, away.
That's not what's happening.
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and
Shut up.
brave so Krayven turned about.
It's strategic.
He chickened out,
Such a
bravely
dick.
taking
It's for the best.
a very brave retreat.
That's not fair. Context. You suggested that just... well, I'm sure you suggested it because I was about to die, but if I did, I know you were waiting, hovering, ready to just trigger that alert. Well played. Well played. Yeah, that was... No, I know. I'm having some fun. Goodness. I was, but the timing was just so good. It's like, well, if he runs, I'll go and fire it. I assumed you were just having a bit of fun, Darkens. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? Yeah. Why not? Great, I was worried no one would respond. My usual carrier is days late. I need you to deliver this cargo of drone parts to a small station a few... I can see that. A few jumps from here. We can't afford to pay another carrier, but they will surely tip you generously. Alright, well, it can't hurt but to do. Right, yeah, if that fire is not immediately dealt with, the ship will just break apart anyway, so please, yeah, before that spreads, and then proceed to repair that quickly. I am starting to feel that the cloaking system wasn't worth hanging on to all that scrap for that long for. We could have spent that on like 3 shields and gun upgrades and all kinds of things. You two both need to visit the hospital. Well, I suppose, how are you supposed to get that? I feel like the heavy ion is not so good. It seemed strong in the beginning because it does like more ion damage, I think, than the ion blaster. For every 1 point of damage, 1 power bar is removed from the target system. It is then locked for 5 seconds, preventing repowering. If an iron weapon hits shields and damage is automatically applied to the shield system. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, interesting. I thought that you had to actively target the shields. I've never read that tip before. But it's not disabling. With the ion blaster, it's like dump, 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 and even chops through like 3 shields on the standard Engi ship. But with this Engi ship, this heavy ion doesn't seem to be working in the same way. All these stores, and we've got, well, what can we potentially sell for some, might sell one of the beam drones and the long range scanners. Because we need the repairs desperately. Let's go to this one. Okay. Oh man, what was it? I think they were nailing us with a hull beam. No, I think that fire beam, is that the one that punches through shields? Was that Mantis one of the ships that had a huge beam on it? The beam seemed to be carving. It was bypassing at least one level of shield, and I'm very used to beam weapons needing all shields to be out the way. Anyway, we got a compromise here. I've only been firing off one of these recently anyway, and the long range scanners. I know we got them for free, but. We need repairs very, very badly. We don't need anything else. Just hull. Okay, not quite 50%, but we're out of the immediate danger zone, he says. Right, but we don't have long-range scanners anymore, so there might be ships here, there might not, but that'll jump to there, then we can go to the distress quest exit. Alright. Okay, they got a drone system, rebel fighter, no teleporters, which is something, only 2 shields. Literally earlier in the game, when this heavy iron was hitting the 2 shields, they were eventually all being disabled, and then we were doing good damage. The rebel fighter here would seem to suggest elements of the rebel fleet already making incursions on Engi space. Okay, they've got a combat drone and a beam drone against our 2 shields. That's going to be a real, and they've got a multi-laser and a rocket. Okay. Knowing that it will actually disable shields as it hits them, that automatically be applied to the shield.
Out of the danger zone, he says as he runs into an enemy ship.
Yep, yeah, fair. Thank you for the 75 biddies, my dude. Thank you very much indeed. I didn't know this one was coming this time because I just sold the long range scanners. So, well, I'm going to try a new tactic, and thank you as always for the bit of support. It's very, very kind. Now that I know that ion damage gets applied to shields if shields are in the way, I'll try and target the drone stuff instead. And stop some of that incoming stuff. We'll have a system repair. We're getting a lot of drone parts because that's, yeah, that one's going to constantly be nailing our shields until such time as we deal with it. That missile is going to bypass the shields. Ouch. Oof. Okay, our dodge is back up. They are stinging us. We cannot afford many misses here. Oh, might help if you guys go back to where you're supposed to be. I was thinking our guns were running a bit slow. Oh, good. There goes our bloody drone system. Thankfully, we've got a drone to repair it. And we're back in the red. For fuck's sake. No rest for the wicked. Oh, no, wait. Hang on. Hang on. You stay there. That one's close enough to the doors to just vent into space. Barking hell. Yeah, this is not looking great. The FTL drive's not charged. We're taking way too much punishment. Right, we punched through. Their guns are somewhat down, but one more shot and we're toast. Right, get ready to F in chat, folks. Yeah, can't do a great lot here, like at all. Well, heavy eye on that. The shields are trying to come back, but they're half disabled. I wish you could tell the drone where to go. Repair the shields, not the cloaking. Oxygen's at 70%. Literally one more shot from this combat drone, unless the shield comes back on. And we've only got one down. One more beam. It's going to be one more beam, and it's goodnight, Irene. There it is. It's still warning me about stuff. One last explosion marks your fate as your ship is torn apart. Stats. Nothing. Engi cruiser category B. Oh, no, oh, it shows them at the different layouts you had. So it's a whole new table for the Dick Insider. So it's top by default. But our crew of the brave ship Dick Insider unfortunately did not hit the any new records. Not sure what sector we got to there. I think it was sector 4. Okay. Okay. Well, it wasn't the most successful run, but we did get to try out cloaking finally, which I just realised probably should have used it more, but I wasn't too sure how to use it. So it seems to basically just buy you time to repair and charge your own weapons, whilst preventing theirs from charging and doing everything. So I think if you use cloaking every time you get the opportunity, it essentially gives you a comparatively faster rate of fire. But of course, while you're cloaked, they're repairing their stuff as well. I can't say I'm overly convinced of its utility for how much it costs to initially get, short of getting it much later in the game. But then again, it's new. So only just getting used to using it, Alright, perhaps next time we will start a fresh run, or maybe do some ESO or something a little bit different. Oh, hey, yes, Ox. How was the run? Good timing, my dude. Good timing. In a nutshell, it was going okay until it wasn't. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll bring you back to the game screen as you've just arrived. So, Engi Layout B just met a not-so-glorious end, I think. It wasn't Sector 4, I think it was Sector 5. I think we've gone to a second Engi civilian sector. First time using cloaking, but sort of getting used to it and how it's supposed to go, and it's so pricey to get it. And I think if I'd spent the scrap on other stuff, we would have gotten a lot further. But yeah, I've got to get the hang of how to do it. 4. Oh yeah, as you get clocked with a golf ball, pretty much. I got the weapon that was the final hit is around one of the weakest drones in the game, which is deeply disappointing. So yeah, I'm not so sure about the heavy ion. The Engi layout A with the ion blaster seems to be more effective, more useful. Its rapid rate of fire is better because, okay, it only does 1 ion damage, but it's going off so quickly that I think it averages out better, because if whenever the heavy ion misses, you lose all of it. So, valiant attempt. But whenever I next do this, might try and have another crack with the Zoltan or the Kestrel again. I was having to compromise on quite a few things. I made it to Sector 4. Does it already say on the screen? I thought we did Sector 5? It's a good system, just need to learn its usages. Yeah, it's the first time trying it. What I could tell is that you get like weapon charge time and repair time whilst it freezes an enemy's weapon charge time. But obviously, while you're cloaked, they are repairing stuff in the background, so it's not all favourable. But I'm sure it's solid if you get it, which is why no one, well, I say no one starts with it. Perhaps there is a ship layout or some kind of layout I haven't unlocked yet that does start with it, but I'll find that out if it is the case, or I'll find out if it's not the case. But yeah, not our most successful run, but it was the first run where we got cloaking and with an alternative ship layout. So that's something. Happy Sunday to you, dude. How's Tricks? How you been? How's your weekend? Okay, we'll fire that there. Because I do have, likewise, not an early start for work, but an early-ish start, and I do have a few things to wrap up and take care of. Now I want to check something, because as well as Streamlabs never playing the Prime alert, when I've had several people drop their Primes here today, which has been lovely, but it's been playing the alternatives. I'm used to that, but I swear, oh no, okay. I thought other things were going off, but they weren't. Alrighty. I'm just going to quickly have a quick look who might be on if we opt to do a raid. Make sure I mute myself so I don't double up. Chard. Oh, Sleepy Down as well. Okay, cool. Right. Where were we, folks? I'll bring all you fine folks back to the middle. So first and foremost, all being well, I will be back on Tuesday, sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock UK time, most likely. So that is between 11:30 and midday Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 and 9 PM Central European Time. And I'm sure the rest of you can figure it out. If you haven't already and you'd like to, firstly, if you've been hanging around and you've been here for a bit, we've had people drop in, new people popping up, new people becoming citizens, subscribers. If you haven't already, hit follow, become a resident, and if you don't have it on, flick the real follow button, aka the notification button, so you know when I'm live and you can pop by and go, what was I doing? Something unimportant, but Krayven's on. I'm going to come on by. Yon socials, Twitter, if that is your thing, YouTube. I continue to try and get through the backlog of VODs uploaded. I did get one from about 10 days ago, episode 6 of this up, and it's got I'm quite happy with the chapter breakdown, lots of highlights, so if you want to catch up on that, you can. Instagram, I'm actually using Instagram a reasonable amount more at the moment. That's where real life and my own is a one place where I kind of bridge the two, so if you want to see a bit more about me and what I'm up to, go right ahead there. And we do have a Facebook page as well, and of course the Krayven's Town community, a lovely sci-fi themed community, but with the vibe of a town. Just like in a real town, you rub shoulders with all kinds of people from all walks of life, all kinds of stances and opinions, but generally good and healthy balance between their own lives and internet lives. Unlike many other internet communities, we're like that, and unlike many other internet communities, we skew a bit older. We've got lots of people with full-time jobs, caring, families, all that kind of stuff. So plenty of good senses of humour, grounded adults, but still with a commonality of being nerds and having fun in a sci-fi setting. and hanging out. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, and of course then you're able to engage more and catch more of this show here, then go right ahead. It was good. Didn't get bored and spent some quality time with family. Well, that's a great way to spend a weekend. You know, you have a good weekend, you're not bored, happy days, and quality time with family, because that's what matters when one is reflecting back on your life. Just whipping through the credits. Man, I've had a bit going on today. So Teepers dropping his Prime. Teepers After Dark, thank you so much. Prime, bringing it up to a total of 6 months as a citizen of Krayven's Town. Darkens to 75 biddies. Our newest citizen and finding us was Dom. Derp Dom dropping your Prime for your first month of citizenship as well. Cozy for 42 bits and the first time triggering a new 42-bit alert. Drazar for dropping your Prime, becoming a citizen for a second month. And Darkens for 75 bits with Kaboom. And Out of the Danger Zone, he says he runs into an enemy ship for 75 bits again. And I didn't learn my lesson and promptly died. And every last one of you, from the chattiest chatter to the lurkiest lurker and everything in between, thank you all for being here and hanging out and being present. Your support is very much appreciated, whether it's interacting, clipping, and so on. And of course, a great way to support the channel that is neither financial or requires being live is letting people know about us. If you just tell one friend, whether it's a Twitch viewer or someone who's into this kind of content, might be into the games we play, the persona I put across, the community we're in, or anything like that, that really helps grow. So if there's a clip or a highlight of mine or the YouTube channel or one of the socials or just something you want to send on, it really helps. Please, if you think of it, go ahead. It'd be wonderful. Okay, lastly, if he's up and about, we will go and raid. I think I'm going to go and drop a raid for a member, a person I met at TwitchCon Amsterdam a little while ago last year. If he's still live, he is doing some Resident Evil 4, Sleepy Dan. So if you, I know people are dropping off and heading away. If you can stick around, some of you just a minute or two longer to do the raid, it would really mean a lot to me. Especially if you got like your view count and it like crashes when you're starting to finish up. Hang on, Sleepy Dan. Why is it? Oh, for heaven's sake! This new raid system does my. Oh, it's because he just went offline. He just went offline. All right. You know what? A guy I haven't seen for a long time, and he's up at the moment. He's in the States. He'll be around for a while. Is Harringston. Harringston's a nice dude. So yeah, if you haven't already, please, if you're a citizen, if you're a subscriber, we've got the Krayven's Town Militia with the legits, and if you're not, so you don't have access to the legit emotes, we've got you covered with the regular red raid emotes instead. So we are unable to raid Harringston this time. Okay, this system is fucking bullshit. Let's try that again. Is he not allowing them? I'll give that one more go. It's literally suggesting it. Okay, this time it's working. All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. If you have some of your weekends left, enjoy them. I'll hopefully see you around town, and I look forward to catching as many of you as can make it to the next show on Tuesday evening. Until then, as always, keep it legit. Good night.